What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live watch along. And today it is Arsenal against Newcastle. Newcastle against Arsenal, should I call it, as we are the away team today. Big up to everyone locked in. Hope you're well. And listen, here we go again, people. Early kickoff. The thing that Jurgen Klopp always complained about. He hated 12:30 kickoffs. Let's see how Arsenal get on with a 12:30 kickoff. And I'm saying it now, people. This is a must-win game. This is an absolute must-win game for Arsenal. You know, when you look at that league table, you look at who Man City are playing, you look at who Liverpool are playing, we cannot afford to drop points here today, and we have to win. Especially when you bear in mind we play Inter Milan midweek, and then we've got to go to Chelsea next weekend before the international break. So there is no room and no margin for error right now, people. Big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're well. Let's get the likes up. We're looking for 3,000 likes today. Apologies, I haven't been on stream the last couple of days. As I said, man, half term, been looking after the kids, and, you know, it's just every day out and about. So I had a couple of days of no streams, but the content will be back in regular form from next week, people. So, yeah, that's where we're at with that, people. Lawrence said, I'm top 5 in your FPL league. I'm suffering in that league, bro. I'm telling you. I had Isak up front from the start of the season. That guy was stinking out the place. And, yeah, it just didn't work out. But, yeah, I did say I'll give a prize for whoever wins that. Big up Kian Parsons, who's a new member. Big up your damn self. Welcome to the community. Let's have a look at the team, and let's look at a few things regarding this team that are confusing me, to be honest, if I'm being honest. Let's just look at it, and then we'll have the conversation. That's where I'm at with it. The team will appear on screen here shortly, people, but it doesn't come up till about half an hour before kickoff. So we will go on the Arsenal Twitter page, and this is where we're at, people. Listen, great to see Gabriel Magalhaes in the team. A couple of things that we have to say here, people. Number one, no Ethan Nwaneri, which I'm not surprised about, but Nwaneri, he just doesn't seem to want to play him in a Premier League game from the start. It looks as if he's only going to play in the cup games or off the bench. You know, he scored a brilliant goal midweek. And he still doesn't get the start today. Trossard comes back in. It looks as if Trossard is going to play in that number 10 role. Now, I have to say one thing. And Nwaneri not starting is not the biggest issue with this team lineup, in my opinion. My problem with this team lineup is, why is Partey playing right back over Ben White when Ben White is on the bench and available? Now listen, Partey had a fantastic game last weekend, no doubt about it. He was excellent against Diaz and he was good against Gakpo. He did switch off for Van Dijk's goal. He gets on the wrong side of him, so it wasn't perfect for 90 minutes, but in 1v1 situations, it was good. Now, Ben White played last week at centre-back. He's on the bench today. Why do you not put Ben White back at right-back? In my opinion, that's then our full-strength back four, and then you move Partey back into midfield. Now, maybe Ben White isn't fully fit yet. If that's the case, and some of you saying Ben White not fully fit, if that's the case, then I get it. I get it. He's not fully fit. Cool, we got Inter Milan midweek. And this was my question, FF. He said, is Arteta forcing Mourinho in? Now, I am looking online now about Benny Blanco, because I don't understand why he's not playing. I was thinking, you know, Mourinho, this is his former club. Manager might force him into the team because, you know, this game's going to mean a lot to him. But look, it says Ben White completed first team training yesterday. Yeah, listen, it says he completed the full session yesterday, but hasn't trained properly all week. So, yeah, okay, fair enough. There we go. There's the explanation. Ben White has not trained fully all week. So, yeah, he's not fully fit. No problem. I take it all back. I take it all back. Partey will play at right back. What I will say today is, even though I don't particularly think Anthony Gordon is that good. I don't think he's amazing, but what he is, he's very direct and he's very quick. And he will pose a different threat to Thomas Partey. Diaz is much more of a dribbler, in and out, where I feel Anthony Gordon is just straight up and down, I'm going to knock it and run. He may actually cause a bigger issue to Thomas Partey just from his direct nature. And if anyone's ever been to Newcastle, their pitch just seems very big. It's probably not, but the way the stadium is, what I will say is, I think Diaz is better than Gordon, but Gordon may actually be a bigger problem for him than Diaz. We definitely are going to need to make sure Partey is not isolated too much. Although sometimes he moves from the right to the left, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Pray for Valencia, of course, man. Big up. Hope everyone's safe. I know Leigh, who's in the chat, is from that area. So, yeah. People saying Gordon's on the right, so yeah, it could be him against Timber, which would be better. I'd be more confident with that. So let's go through it. The Arsenal team, people. David Raya plays in goal. This was the scene of the crime last year, wasn't it? Newcastle, you know, was the ball out of play? Was it a foul on Gabriel? Pushing the back. Raya was flapping. VAR couldn't tell if the ball was out and all of that. So the back four, Thomas Partey. William Saliba returns from suspension in the Premier League. Gabriel is fit and available to play, which is great news. Jurriën Timber plays at left back. It's a solid back four. The midfield, Rice, Marino, and it's being listed as Trossard as the attacking midfielder. And then a front three of Havertz, Saka on the right, and Gabriel Martinelli on the left-hand side, people. It's a strong team. It is a strong team. And we're going to look at the Premier League table and some stuff in a second, because Newcastle are very much out of form at the moment. But it is dangerous to get too comfortable when you see that, because we know Arsenal can be Santa Claus FC at times. The Arsenal bench, Neto, Ben White, Kivior, Zinchenko, Lewis Skelly, Jorginho, Raheem Sterling, Ethan Nwaneri, and Gabriel Jesus. I suppose it's a better bench than what we've seen at times during the season. I would still like to see more quality there. But at least you've got Nwaneri. I mean, maybe Sterling. Did he play well the other day? Did he not? You know, that was a debate. It's a better bench, but I would still like to see more quality. Of course, Odegaard is back in training, so we're hoping that he is back on that bench maybe for Inter Milan. I don't think he'll be fit enough to start. So it's a better bench. At least there's players there that can come on and influence the game if we're struggling. You fall in love, you know you will. Our number 6 is the king of Brazil. Ale, 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 ale. Yo, that Gabriel song, man. I never know all the words. I always end up mumbling at some stage, you know. But yeah, that Gabriel song. Gabriel, for me, is completely the unsung hero of this football team. I think he epitomizes everything that's sort of good about the club. You know, we remember we had him when we were finishing like 8th and stuff like that. And I just think his growth has been brilliant. You know, he's in the Brazil team now. He's had the armband once or twice for Arsenal. I just think, I don't know. I feel like Gabriel's going to be at Arsenal for years. I don't know why. You know, with Saliba, there's always that thing in the back of my mind. Are we going to be able to hang on to him? You know, when Madrid are lurking, but I look at Gabriel and think, you're going to end up a club legend. You really are. And the passion, he's like an old school player. And that thing as well that you're saying there, like he adds a bit. I think Gabriel would be a little bit intimidating. He is going to go to war with the striker. And they're going to have a tough battle today with Isak, of course. Ark said Gabriel went from clumsy to reliable goal-scoring centre-back. I think he's actually really improved at Arsenal. Really improved. Just to think, start of last season, we were on the verge of selling this guy, and apparently we were going to sign Laporte as his replacement. Crazy. Absolutely. There's loyalty there with Gabriel. I think you look at Gabriel and you think he genuinely loves Arsenal. I think he genuinely loves Arsenal, which is a great thing. Best teeth and best smile in the Prem, exactly. And he bought them all, people. The hairline, the smile, the lot. Michael said, Big C, it's going to be interesting to see who Arteta turns to from the bench if we're chasing the game. Has to be Ethan. I mean, has to be is... has to be from the sense of the fan base, not necessarily has to be from the sense of the manager. You know, we need a goal. You probably would expect Jesus, Raheem Sterling to come on first, maybe. So, we've every week we've said Ethan's got to be the first one on, and he comes on for 7-8 minutes. So, I wouldn't buy into it too much that he'll be him. David said, love Mr. C streams, love for the love, big up yourself, bro. Abdo said, I'm always mad how someone like Jesus or Jorginho can yield the armband ahead of Gabriel. Arteta is a beta manager over and over. I think it's because of the experience, you know. I think it's that. Big up David, he said, absolutely Big C. Arteta bench Gabriel, it cost us the league. We drew with Fulham, didn't we, at home with him on the bench, you know. Quasar, don't want to see Sterling play any games anymore. He is woeful and footballers left him. We're going to need to use him, whether we like it or not. We're going to need to use Raheem Sterling at some stage this season. And I know that's not what everybody wants to hear. But it's the reality of the situation. Sterling is going to have to be used at some stage, and he's going to need... We need to get Raheem Sterling at the point where he can offer something off the bench. You know, that's what we need. We know we're going to need wingers in the summer. We're going to need at least one winger. I watched the highlights back. He had one or two good moments, Raheem Sterling. I know we discussed it at the time, but I just felt overall his performance needed to be better considering we were playing against a championship team that is... struggling, you know, they're struggling in the champ. I expected more from him. But let's see. For me, he's just a squad player who can come on and help at times. Foxtrot said, first time watching you live. Love your streams, Big C. Information and entertainment that you can't get nowhere else. Let's hope Ethan gets more than 10 minutes. Hashtag Starboy. Big up yourself, Foxtrot. Appreciate you tuned in. And supporting, and big up to all of you. Nearly 2.5k tuned in already. Let's get 1,000 likes pre-kickoff. It is a 12:30 kickoff, so we have got about 40 minutes until kickoff, and we've got a few things to talk about. The Book of Eli. I know you saw Arteta's look when Nwaneri scored. He definitely doesn't want to play the kid. For what reason? I don't know. This manager needs to go, said the Book of Eli. I think he likes experienced players, but sometimes you've got to be brave enough to throw a young player in. Maybe this is not the ideal game for him, but then he won't start against Inter Milan away, and he won't start against Chelsea away. I've just got no doubt about it. They're showing you the replay of Bergkamp's famous goal, which was at St. James's Park. Guna Carlos, I understand we should be doing better, but I cannot stress enough how much better this team is all round with Odegaard. Midfield improves and the attack. He's pivotal. He's pivotal to the team. I would say we're twice as good with him in the team. I genuinely mean that. Ewan Wallace said, if we are serious about winning the league, we must get 3 points today. No excuses. I agree. Tough place to go, but you got to win. Dan says, big up Curtis, currently watching from Aruba. Big up yourself, bro. I believe, is Aruba in the Caribbean? I think it is. One of my friends has been there before. Big up David W, who's a new member, and big him up as well because he's gifted 10 memberships to the community. You absolute legend, and welcome to the 10 new members to the community. I told you, you're all going to be members by the end of the season. Big up David W, really appreciate that. And Ed23 said, need to avoid a red card today. Not only we got to beat the opposition, we got to make sure nobody gets sent off. That's, you know... I told you at times we're our worst enemy, Arsenal, aren't we? And big up to Martin, who's become a new member. Really appreciate that. And welcome to the C-Unit community. C-Unit. Big up the Twitch gang as well as everyone locked in on YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already. We have got a massive, massive 8 days, people. Massive 8 days for this community, for this football club. Newcastle United, Inter Milan, Chelsea, all away from home. I mean, for me, worst case scenario, beat Newcastle, draw with Inter, beat Chelsea. That for me is worst case scenario. I don't think we can afford to drop any points in the Premier League in these next 2 games. I think we've got to beat Newcastle and beat Chelsea. And last season we lost to Newcastle and drew to Chelsea. So we've got to do something that we didn't do last season. And the reason I think we have to do that is, number one, because of what happened at home against Liverpool and what happened away at Bournemouth and the teams that Liverpool and Man City are playing over the next week. I expect them to win both games. We cannot drop points. We're going to look at the league table shortly, and you've led me in nicely here, Sniper, and the story's ready. Don't worry about it. He said, can we speak on Gyökeres? 4 goals last night, and after, if he's linking up with Amarin, if he goes to United, I swear. Let's talk about this guy. And I speak about him all the time, so this is nothing new, but it's getting more and more serious. So when things get more and more serious, we have to discuss it more often and in more detail. I'm telling you now, people. I'm telling you now. I'm making a public service announcement, like the Jay-Z song. Dun, dun, dun. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Listen, let me tell you something now. I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm not interested in the summer. Oh, we can get him for cheaper in the summer. I don't care about the summer. It's winter, it's cold, the winter jack is out. The woolly hats and the gloves are getting back out, people. I don't care. Even if we sign this guy in June, July, August, I won't be celebrating. I want this guy at Arsenal Football Club in January. January sales, where everything goes on sale in the shops. Go and get the deal done. I believe if we sign him, we win the Premier League. I need his full name. His name is Viktor Gyökeres. 26 years of age. I'm sorry, I've seen enough. 4 goals last night he scored. He's making the Portuguese league look like Power League. And people go, oh, it's only the Portuguese league. I don't care. I don't care. He scored a hat-trick in the first half. He goes to Coventry, scores 17 goals first season. Not bad. Scores 21 the season after. Good. Championship's one of the hardest leagues. I don't care what anyone says. Physically, that league is so demanding. 40-plus league games. Gets the move to Sporting Lisbon. Step up from the Championship. 29 league goals in 33 games. He's now got 16 league goals in 10 games. I've seen enough. 3 Champions League games, 2 goals, 2 man of the match performances. I've seen enough. Now, Lay, big up Lay. I hope you're safe over there in Spain, bro. I really do. You said the other day you was okay. He said, big up everyone. They're not going to sign Gyökeres in January. We're priming ourselves for a meltdown. My question to every Arsenal fan, every football fan. Why are we not signing him in January? Because what we've done as Arsenal fans, we've convinced ourselves that, oh, we can't spend big money in January. Why not? I've seen Chelsea buy Mudryk for 88 million in January. Didn't they sign Enzo in January for 100 million? Why can Arsenal not spend 80 million on a player in January when we didn't spend money in the summer in terms of net spend? We broke even in the summer. Scored more than Darwin Núñez. And let's face it, Darwin had one big season, then went to Liverpool. This guy's season this year is going to be bigger than last year if he stays there for the whole season and he doesn't get injured. The mindset that we are not going to spend 80 million on a player in January is what winds me up. Now, don't get it twisted. I think the same as what Leahy has just said. I don't think we're going to spend 80 million on him in January. But it's not because we can't, it's because we won't. And that, for me, is the problem with this ownership and why I never stop talking about the Kroenkes. Because they've put our fan base in a mindset that we can't spend big money in January when we're one of the richest clubs in European football. I don't understand that. Jensen said we bought Aubameyang in January. Why not Viktor? Yeah, and they only bought Aubameyang because we lost Alexis and the fans were having a meltdown. Spend 80 million, fast track it. Even if you say, listen, Mikel, you can buy him in January, but in the summer, instead of 100 mil, we're only giving you 50 mil. Cool. We were going to buy someone in the summer anyway. Buy him now. We're going to have a major problem trying to get this guy in the summer because Manchester United have just appointed his manager. There's talk that Xerxes could be leaving Man United already, which only leaves them with Højlund. I'm sure Amorim will have a look at him maybe in the summer. Chelsea apparently still want a striker, not convinced with Jackson. Manchester City only have Haaland. Imagine if they sign Gyökeres and they've got Gyökeres and Haaland. They've been linked with him as well. And I'm sure they wouldn't mess about. They would just get the deal done. Arsenal need a striker. We don't want a striker. We need a striker. We've got an attacking midfielder ultimately up front in Havertz. He's playing well, but he's not a natural goal scorer. And Jesus probably better on the wing. We need a striker. Liverpool may go for a striker. There's talk that Darwin may go in the summer. So, but if I was going to give you my prediction, we'll be linked with him all January. I'll do at least 10, 15 shows linking us with him. We won't buy him. We won't buy any striker. And then in the summer, we'll spend about 60 million on Benjamin Sesko, a.k.a. Tesco. That's what we'll do. And Gyökeres will go to United, or he'll go to Chelsea, or he'll go to Man City. And listen, the reality and what I want are two very different things. Leigh says we won't spend 80 million in January. I agree. My question is, why not? The Kroenkes get away with it. Silent ownership. Don't come to the games. Don't say anything about Arsenal. Spend millions and millions of pounds on their teams in America. So, yeah, we'll get Tesco for 60 million from Leipzig. And he'll sit on the bench and rotate with Havertz, and we'll probably sell Gabriel Jesus. But these numbers are getting ridiculous. They're getting out of hand. Somebody just said, is Saka better than Alexis Sanchez? In my opinion, nowhere near him. And that's not me being disrespectful. Saka is a fantastic player. Alexis is on a whole other level. Man said, at least 10 to 15 shows. You know we're going to be linked with this guy every other day. It'll turn into Daily Viktor. It was Daily Dusan, it'll be Daily Viktor. And then we won't get him. I'm already prepared for that, people. He needs a timeout for asking that question. Well, the thing is, some of the fan base are younger. They may not have seen Alexis play for Arsenal that much. Alexis Sanchez, for me, is top 3 wingers I've ever seen play for Arsenal, to be honest. If you're talking about out-and-out wingers, now I've said top 3, I'm actually thinking who the 3 are. It's definitely Robert Pires and Alexis. You could then argue Mark Overmars, Freddie Ljungberg. Overmars was more exciting and explosive. Freddie Ljungberg was clutch. I actually like watching Overmars more than Ljungberg, but Ljungberg had big moments in big games. But I would say Alexis and Robert Pires probably our best 2 wingers, to be honest. Honestly, you put Alexis Sanchez in this team, I think we win the title, even with Havertz up front, because he's a 20-goal striker, 20-goal winger. All right, nowhere near is a bit of a, but I would still say he's a level below. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Rob, he had a lot of potential, but he never fulfilled it. He didn't really fulfill it. He always wanted to play centre mid. Do you think Gyökeres would be worth more than 80 million due to his recent form? Probably, but his release clause is 80 million. His release clause is 80, so you don't have to go above it. Curtis, you're hazing. Saka is clear of Alexis. Honestly, I hope you're trolling me, but you're definitely getting a timeout for that. I'm sorry. There's no way on earth you're saying that on a serious level. I love Saka as a player, but I really hope you're trolling me there. Nasri was a top winger as well. We didn't get him long enough at the club, did we? Omri, I consider a striker. I know obviously he played off the left, but he was a striker. Did he see Alexis volley v Man City? I was at that game. And I was at West Ham for the hat-trick. He's already got a timeout, bro. He's on his final warning as well. I can't accept that kind of slander. But hey, apparently Sporting are willing to accept less. Now, the rumour is that Sporting have basically, they've said to Gyökeres, even if somebody activates the release clause in January, don't go, finish the season, we'll let you go for less in the summer to enable the move to be easier for you. That's what they're trying to do. But I'm not being funny. When there's a release clause, you don't need to even talk to the club. You just kick the door down like Fitz does in the chat. Boot the door off, pay the release clause and walk out with him. The problem you've got, they're on fire. They've won 10 games out of 10. They've scored 35 goals and conceded 3. They're on for back-to-back titles. So Gyökeres maybe wants to win the Portuguese league before he goes, you know. So that's the other problem that we may have. He might actually think staying there is going to make him more successful than playing for us. You know, he might win more trophies playing for them this season, which is outrageous when you think about it. Because, you know, they're top of the league and likely to win the title. We're actually in a situation where we might not win a trophy this season. So, or might not at least win a title. So we'll have to see. We will have to see how that goes. But for me, I would just go in there and knock the door down, boot the door off, pay the release clause and leave with it. You can't tell me if you go in there and offer him a massive wage. I mean, just for example, Gyökeres' wages at Sporting, and we all know money talks, people. Gyökeres on 42 grand a week. Now, just to put that into context, Havertz is on 275 grand a week. He's on 42 grand a week. It's crazy. You can't tell me if you turn up and go, all right, mate, I'll give you 4 times more than what you're on now. We'll give you 160, 170 grand a week. You're on 40 grand a week. Do you think he's rejecting that in January? We'll pay the 80 million. You get your 10% signing on fee. That's 8 million. You give him 160 grand a week. That's 4 times more than what you're getting. And you're playing for Arsenal. Do you think he's going to sit there and go, oh, let me wait until the summer and win the Portuguese league? It's too risky. I'd say, number one, mate, you've already won the Portuguese league. And number two, all it takes is you to get a major injury and you ain't going nowhere. He's not going to say no. He's going to leave straight away. Eddie was on 100 bags. You know, Reece Nelson was on 100 grand. So, Austin said, I have watched Alexis. I was just asking your opinion, as I've heard other Arsenal YouTubers say Saka is better. No, big up, bro. I appreciate that. Listen, Saka, fantastic player. As it says there, most assists in the Premier League this season with 7. He's having a very good season. But Alexis Sanchez just had... He had a star quality and a maverick element about him that I don't think Saka has quite got yet. Alexis was just give him the ball constantly anywhere on the pitch and he will make something happen. Saka has got elements of it. I saw it at times in the first half last week against Liverpool. But Alexis was doing that on a weekly basis. I think that was probably the difference. But it takes time. Alexis was a much more seasoned pro. He was playing for Barcelona, Udinese. He'd played for Chile. He had a lot more experience at the time than Saka. So Saka may get that over time. Alexis or prime Salah? I mean, I think the eye test, I would still say Alexis, but Salah's numbers can't be ignored. I think Alexis Sanchez is a better footballer than Mo Salah, but Mo Salah's a better goal scorer. So it depends what you want. It depends what you want. We're in a stage of football right now where it's kind of not who the better player is, it's who's going to produce more. Which is a bit of a sad thing about football at the moment. Why I think personally football is not as entertaining anymore. Because, you know, the individual brilliance, the coach doesn't care about that as much anymore. It's what numbers are you putting up. When we're getting linked with a player, the first thing you do is go on Google and go, how many goals and assists do they get? It's not, let me go and watch them and see how talented they are and how good their link-up players. And it's literally numbers and stats and systems and how many goals are you going to score. Yeah, the artistry's gone, people. The artistry's not there anymore. They want wingers that can score 20 goals. They want strikers that can link up play. You know, that's why we're not seeing the modern striker. The modern striker is totally different to the striker from 10 years ago. The old striker is Lewandowski, it's Kane, it's Benzema. The new striker is Firmino, it's Havertz, you're almost an attacking midfielder. Which is why now you go online and you look at highlights and you see Ronaldinho, you see Neymar, you see Robinho, you see them guys. You're like, oh my God, how have we not got a player really like that in the modern game anymore? Which is crazy. But it's the way it's going. It's just the way it's going. I think that the stakes are so high now for managers that it's just win me the game. Win me the game. They don't want entertainment. They just want victories. They want results. And a result is what we need today, you know? Right. Dan said, yes, in the Caribbean, it's morning here. So, bon dia. Hey, big up people, man. I know in different parts of the world now, especially in like America, the Caribbean, it must be early morning where you are. These 12:30 kickoffs probably don't help. Lamar said we should have signed him in the summer in terms of Gyökeres. I think teams were scared to spend 80 million on him on the back of one season in Portugal and playing in the Europa League. I think Darwin Núñez scared people from going to the Portuguese league and doing that. Darwin had one big year in Portugal, cost 70 odd million, gone to Liverpool, people don't rate him. Call him Darwin Noodles, doesn't score enough, being linked with a move away. So I think people were scared of that. But I think now he's doing it for a second season. People saying his all-round game is better than Darwin. He's also doing it in the Champions League. I think people are like, you know what? We're going to have to take a risk on this guy. This guy looks special as a goal scorer. He almost is the old school striker. Drew said he looks cold, but remember the Portuguese league can be misleading. Also, Gyökeres, Isak. That's a difficult one. See, my problem with Isak now is the injury concerns with him. He's starting to get a lot of muscular injuries, and I'm just like, imagine Arsenal go and buy him for like 100 million, and he's injury prone at Arsenal. I'll be sitting there thinking, why the hell did we do that? I've seen a lot more of Isak than Gyökeres. Gyökeres just looks like a lethal goal scorer. Isak moves across the front line, drifts to the left, he can dribble past people. It depends. I always said with Isak now, because of the injuries, that price needs to drop. They were talking about 120 million in the summer. I wouldn't pay anywhere near that for Isak because of these injuries. I think that price has got to drop by 30, 40 million. I'd be looking at 80 million for him. Gyökeres feels like the guy in form at the moment. Lawrence said, Amorim taking Gyökeres with him to United and we're signing yet another Chelsea or City reject. It wouldn't surprise me. The only thing you hope with Amorim not being able to convince Gyökeres is, I'm not sure Man United will be in the Champions League next season. So even though his manager's there, surely you go to him and say, look, bro, I know your manager's at United, but they might be playing Conference League, Europa League football next season. But the manager pool might get him, and we know Man United pay crazy wages. So I just said then, he's on 40 grand, we could offer him 160. Man United might offer him 260. You know, I remember when they signed Alexis Sanchez, they gave him 500 grand a week. Man United don't give a damn about wages. Rashford's on 350k. So they could obliterate our wage offer. Fitz, big up, bro. He said, we're not signing Gyökeres because the Kroenkes don't care. Edu is useless and Arteta is useless. Until they are gone, this club will tread water. Fitz is very optimistic there, as you can tell. Now, big up Fitz as always. Elton said, Big C, the biggest problem is our owners are not passionate football fans, don't really want us to win everything like Abramovich was at Chelsea games and showed his passion for the game. He was at the games, he constantly spoke, he went for the best players he could get. You saw that passion, that desperate will to win, and the Kroenkes aren't. They want profit. Drew said, when everyone is fit, do you drop Partey or Marino? At the moment, I'm dropping Marino. I don't think he looks better than Partey. The only problem I've got is I still think Partey and Rice doesn't work that well. You saw against Liverpool, Rice had his best game of the season. Why? Because he played in the 6. Partey's playing well in the 6. So even though I think Partey at the moment looks better than Marino, Marino might give a better balance to Declan Rice. And what I don't want to do is destroy Rice's game for Thomas Partey when Partey's out of contract in the summer. Rice cost 105 million. You want him at the club for years. So it's a good question. I think Partey's playing better than Marino, but Marino might get the best out of Rice. I don't know how you manage that. Sam, thank you for the super sticker, bro. Brian said, big up Curtis and Cruz. Viktor Gyökeres is a must in January. Today is a dig deep match, hoping for a 2-0 win. We have to win. This is a must-win game. If this is a draw, it's Arsenal therapy, 2 p.m. Andrew the Aussie said, Big C, we need to win something significant this year. With Madrid sniffing for Saliba, our players' heads could start turning. Love from Australia. Big up, bro. I think we all know that Madrid are lurking in the background when it comes to Saliba. David said, buy Gyökeres, more powerful and doesn't go to a rival. If he doesn't go to a rival. Elton said, I remember those games when Alexis kept working hard, asking other players for support with no response. I felt really sad for him. Yeah, we had players who weren't good enough. War Eagle said, can't stand these morning matches, rather not have my weekend ruined early. I suppose on the flip side, if Arsenal win, you can relax and enjoy the rest of the weekend and watch other teams drop points. If we lose, the weekend is completely, football-wise, destroyed. I won't watch Match of the Day. I won't watch Chelsea v United. I'll have to go and watch NBA or something. SG said, some Arsenal fans said Odegaard is better than Cazorla. Tells me they don't understand football. Cazorla had the it factor and Odegaard doesn't. Right, let me get Cruz on. Give me a score prediction. Newcastle away. This screen's a bit small here, so you're going to have to come all the way over. Get yourself in here. What's happening, bro?
Good.
Give me a score prediction. What are you saying?
I'm saying we scrape it 2-1.
Who scores?
I think...
No rush, mate. We kick off in 16 minutes. Don't worry.
I think Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, yeah?
Yeah, I think he'll score a long shot.
Long shot, yeah. Who else?
Havertz assist.
All right, yeah. Who gets
Sets it off to him.
All right, I like how he broke down the whole goal.
Yeah.
Second goal.
And then Martinelli one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I think he'll score this time.
You think he'll score this one? I like how you broke down the goal as well and everything, yeah?
Yeah.
Big up, bro? Yeah.
Big up.
Yes. Right, there we go. No rush. It's only half time. Hey, right. We're going to look at, what did he say? We need Agent Willock today. Do you know what? I don't even know the Newcastle team. Oh, the teams are on screen now. Where's the Newcastle team? So what's their team? Pope, Livramento, Shaw, Dan Burn at centre-back. Come on, Havertz. Lewis Hall, left-back. Longstaff, Bruno Guimaraes. Willock starts. Gordon is on the right, which is interesting. I thought they'd put him on the left against Partey. Joel Linton's playing left wing, and then Isak. So I tell you what, Joel Linton against Partey, that's a battle of power, that is, isn't it? To be honest. Owen, man, you're in our thoughts, bro. Big up. Stay strong, bro. Hopefully you can win a game for your dad. Patrick said, love and respect for your son. Big up, man. My score prediction. Do you know what? I haven't even thought about my score prediction. I usually think about it up until kickoff. I think it could be a close game. I'm actually going to go 2-1 as well. I'm going to go for 2-1 because... Why am I going to go for 2-1? I'm not totally convinced. I think this will be a tough game. Let's just put it this way. I think this will be a hard game today. I think Newcastle will be difficult to beat. They're in bad form at the moment and they're going to be desperate. You're right. The kits are in the wrong colours. I think they're going to be I just think they're going to really try and prove a point when they're not in good form at the moment. We're going to look at their form shortly, actually. But, yeah, I could see them troubling us. Maybe nicking a goal, but I think we'll just get the better of them moving ahead. Right, that's it. It's changed now. So, yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 as well. I'll take any win. I've got to be honest. I said it. We're at a point in the season. We've got to win. Amsterdam said, big up Cruz. Come to the Ajax Academy. You'll learn to play the proper way. Cruyff football, man. That Cruyff football. Fizzy said 1-1 if we concede first, 2-0 if we score first. Echo said we must win. Brighton won here, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Listen, Newcastle are in bad form. They're in bad form. Let's have a little look at their form in the league, which you don't expect from them. I mean, just looking at the table, we're 5 points behind Man City, which is, when you're playing Man City, that's a mountain to climb already. What we can't do is slip any further. What I couldn't believe, Newcastle down in 12th. They haven't won in their last 5 games in the league. I mean, this is a team that were in the Champions League, battering PSG with Kylian Mbappe in the team, 18 months ago. They've now not won any of their last 5 games. Just to give you context, they lost to Chelsea. They lost to Brighton at home. They drew at Everton. They drew at home to Man City, though, so they did step it up against them. They lost 3-1 at Fulham. They're out of form. They are not in good form. But I suppose that Man City draw is the one little warning that maybe noisy atmosphere. St. James's, if you've ever been there, or I'm sure you'll see it on the screen, it is a good atmosphere and it does tend to liven up when they're playing one of the bigger teams. So I do think this is a tough game, and I actually don't really look too much into the fact that they're out of form. Sometimes that actually goes against you because the manager's under pressure, the players have got that point to prove, they run that extra little bit more. Joe Willock's playing centre mid today. He's going to have a point to prove. Arsenal sold him to Newcastle. He's going to want to show Arsenal, you shouldn't have sold me. You look at Alexander Isak. We know that he's being linked with a move to Arsenal. This is an audition for him. If he puts in a great performance today, he might have an opportunity to move. Bruno Guimaraes, when he signed for them, he trolled Arsenal in his welcome video by making it seem as if he turned down Arsenal to go to Newcastle, which made no sense anyway. So there's a lot of players on that pitch that are going to have a point to prove. Anthony Gordon's profile's going up. He's in the England team. You have a big performance against Arsenal, 12-30. That helps it. So there's a lot of narratives to this game that we're going to have to handle moving forward. Obviously, like I said, looking at the fixtures today and over this weekend in the Premier League, if we concentrate on Arsenal and where we are, the issue looking at this weekend is, I mean, Man City go to Bournemouth. I'll be honest, I don't expect City to drop points there, but then I didn't expect Arsenal to drop points there. But a red card sort of changed that game. But I think City will beat Bournemouth. I hope, but you never know. And Liverpool host Brighton. Brighton are doing okay. They're in 6th, but Liverpool at Anfield, I'd be surprised. But they did lose at home to Forest. So you never know. You never know. But it's unlikely, in my opinion. Next weekend, Liverpool play Villa at home. So maybe you got more of a chance there of them dropping points. And then Man City play Brighton away next week. So maybe next weekend. But listen, you never know. It's the Premier League. Anything can happen. They could drop points. But what we've got to do, in my opinion, is win today. Because if we drew today and Man City won, we're then, 7 points behind Man City. You just can't do that. You just can't do that. Ian said, nice setup. We need to see more of you and make your graphics smaller. Yeah, a few people have said that. That's the only thing with these new graphics. I'm kind of hidden in this middle bit. I could do with, pushing the graphics slightly out and having... But I'll speak to them about that. Maybe that's something we can do. The 4-4 always haunts me, someone said. Yeah, man, that was... What was we? 4-1 up, I think, and ended up drawing 4-4. That was a disgrace. Make sure you hit the like button, people. 3.5k. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You know we're here daily. Most days, anyway. And this is a big game. Carl said, FT rates Havertz higher than Gyökeres. No chance. Joba said, big up Big C in the community. Let's get 3 points. Big up. Member for 16 months. SG, how come, as always, how come Arsenal always overpay other clubs for rejects but don't want to overpay for top quality players to win the league. We should realise their target is top 4. I hope you're wrong, but I hear you. You pay 65 million for an out-of-form Havertz, but you won't pay 80 million for an on-fire Gyökeres, you know? Buy somebody that's on the up, that's doing it at the moment. War Eagle said, Man United don't think we don't notice you down there. Yeah, we saw them in the table. Their new manager's on the way, isn't he? MP said Trossard versus Dunk and Shaw up front. That's a bad move. Dunk's at Brighton, right? I think it's Burn and Shaw at centre-back. Havertz, I think, will play up front. I think Trossard will play in the 10. On some websites, they've listed it as 4-4-2. I have to admit, this tracksuit that they come out in, it is decent with the old Canon badge. Saliba's back next to Gabriel. Don't forget, people, by the way, today's show is sponsored by SofaScore. QR code is down there somewhere. Scan the QR code and download the world's fastest live score app. Link in the description below as well. Completely free. Get all your score updates, your stats, your player ratings, all of that good stuff. I couldn't believe it the other day. I genuinely thought Sterling was below average. I then went on SofaScore. They'd given him 7.6 out of 10. And the stats actually made it look as if he'd had a good game. Completed passes, most dribbles, so on and so forth. I couldn't believe it. Just shows, don't it? You can actually not play that well, but produce decent stats, you know? Yeah, I remembered it. Hey, don't remind them, bro. The other day, I basically forgot to mention them for the whole of the stream and just briefly mentioned them at the end of the game. Hopefully they never saw that. They may pay less, you know, but hey, say no more, people. I'm sure they don't tune in for every stream. They sponsor a lot of people, so I reckon we're good. If not, I'll edit that bit out of the stream anyway. Anyway, let's keep it moving. 6 minutes until kickoff. Players are on the pitch. Oh, I always start to feel a bit nervous when the players come on the pitch. It's Arsenal. You know, Arsenal, nothing's straightforward. So I'm looking at this game. Don't worry, people. Newcastle haven't won in the last 5 games. We'll turn up and beat them. It just doesn't quite work like that for Arsenal, does it? You know, it's Arsenal. So what we know is anything can happen. I turned up last week for the game against Bournemouth thinking, how many goals will we win by? Rather than whether we'll win or not. Before I knew it, we were 2-0 down and the game was over. MC said, I disagree. Sterling had some good moments. And listen, I agree. I think he did have some good moments. I just felt collectively over the whole 90 minutes, he just didn't look after the ball very well. The reason I feel nervous is because I think a lot is riding on this game. And listen, mathematically, if we lost or drew this game, we're not necessarily out of the title race, but 7 points behind Man City. I think we'd be in a real mess. I think we'd be in a real mess if we didn't win this game today. But I believe we will. What you can't do, I always think, and I say this all the time, and it's very obvious. When you go to grounds like Newcastle, I don't think you can go a goal down. Because that place gets very lively. If they go a goal up, it'll be rocking. They'll go for us. We need to score first and quiet that place down. Mikel Merino, former Newcastle player. He will have a point to prove today, I'm sure. Let me just leave it on the Arsenal lineup for now. He will have a big point to prove. He will want to show. I mean, they reckon he left Newcastle of his own accord. It's not like they got rid of him. Warren said, Big C, imagine Gyökeres in the 9 with Solargaard in the 10. He would surpass the assists in the Premier League. Don't damage control, Kurt. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to be totally honest. I think if we lose today, the title race is over. Let me just say that. Without sounding melodramatic, City win, we lose. That's 8 points behind them. That's title over. Win the Carabao Cup. See what you can do in the Champions League and FA Cup. Lose today, it's a top 4 race. Because then you're actually looking at it. Chelsea's, Villa's, Brighton's, they could go ahead of us, even Nottingham Forest. So yeah, you're right. I was dressing it up. Get beat today, title's over. Even draw today, I might even say title's over. But if we win, we're hanging on in there. What we've got to do is beat Newcastle, beat Chelsea, get through the international break, hope that Liverpool and City drop some points over the next 8 days, and then we've got an easier run after the international break where maybe we can get a run going. So, yeah, you're right. Don't dress it up. Don't damage control. Win or bust. It's as simple as that. We got to win this game of football. And I believe we will, but it will be difficult. Gyökeres is the truth, just saw the goals. I've seen a couple of his goals. I actually want to see all of them, to be honest. Because somebody said he scored a couple bangers. And I didn't see all of them. So I'm going to try and watch his goals. They're doing... Forgive me, people. The volume is low. Is this Remembrance weekend or was that last weekend? I'm not sure. I want to see the Gyökeres goals from last night, if possible. I'm going to try and see them quick. Game kicks off in 2 minutes. I think there's a minute's applause. I'm assuming it's for Remembrance Sunday, people, so forgive me because I can't actually hear what they're saying. Gyökeres. Let's try and see his goals. This guy is an absolute joke. Let me turn that volume down. For some reason it always... Oh, turn that volume down quick before I get done for copyright. He's just a finisher. He just finishes with... He just looks so confident in front of goal. I'm just seeing one of his goals there. Slots it. Yeah, I'll get them. I'll get them later. Oh, it's next week, Remembrance, is it? Elliot, to be fair, you was early on the Gyökeres talk. You was early, so big up, man. You was ahead of the curve. Marcel, big up, bro. Even though you're always trolling us, he said, I smell drop points and meltdowns. Please, no. Don't rip that hoodie. Bro, this would be very difficult. And I like this hoodie as well, the 424. We ain't ripping nothing. Celebration is cold too, yeah. Big C just... Apparently, Benny Blanco is not fully fit. Which, at the start, I was like, what's going on? How come he's not starting? Oh, this is one of... Oh, he just... Look at the way the guy finishes. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to mute it. Let me slow this down. I know we're actually about to kick off. I shouldn't really be looking at Gyökeres goals now yet, but he finishes in a way that's just so devastating. Just get the deal done and stop messing around. Anyway, here we go, people. Forget Gyökeres. He'll probably sign for someone else anyway. It's Newcastle against Arsenal. Please, Arsenal, don't ruin my weekend. It's Saturday, 12:30. We're underway, people. Here we go. Here we go. We're on the roller coaster. Do you know what? I remember one time I went to Thorpe Park and it said the world's highest roller coasters. And I sat there and I thought, you know what? I actually don't love, like, high roller coasters. I don't mind them, but I don't love them. And I remember going on one roller coaster and I didn't know where the roller coaster was going because you couldn't see all of it. And I went on it and they go, oh, you know, it goes up there and it flips you upside down and then you kind of, you go round the track basically upside down. And I sat there and I thought, I don't even want to be on this roller coaster. I'm upside down and the roller coaster's going to move me around the whole time. That's what it's kind of like with Arsenal. You get on there and you don't even know what's about to happen. We are on the attack. It's Havertz. Lay it off. Oh, have a shot. No, we don't shoot. Saka. Right-hand side. Get an early goal. Just get it in. Get the ball in the box, man. Oh, we're giving it away, man. So basically, what I've been told, this timer starts by itself after about 45 seconds. But at the moment, it ain't doing a damn thing. And we're over a minute in. So let's hope it just starts. I see you in the comments. If it doesn't, there we go. It started. It started, people. It's meant to start by itself. There's like a 45-second delay. It was over a minute today. But we're there, people. I had a meltdown last time about Partey playing right back. I'm going to say nothing for now. Just stay quiet and hope for the best. You're on the roller coaster. You don't know where it's going. Here's Trossard. Oh, he's drunk again, people. I don't know what kind of shot that is. You know Trossard, you know when he's playing well, the grey hair looks like it's some sort of swagger. You know what I mean? You're a silver fox. You're in your golden generation of your years. You know, you're an experienced footballer who's gonna. And then when the guy does shots like that, I'm like, what's this stupid old man with bags under his eyes looking like Kung Fu Panda doing in the Arsenal team? And that's what he just looked like to me there. What's wrong with this guy? He actually looks older than the referee that we call his dad. Grey hair, bags under his eyes looking like Kung Fu Panda. What kind of idiot shot was that? Just play Waneri. He's had 2 packs of Stellas. Go on, Saka. Go on. Oh, he's give a free kick. Trossard's steaming again, people. You know what I mean? The man's on 100 grand a week. Just dye them grey hairs, man. Keep it moving. MP said, I have a feeling that will be another shocker from the ref. I just don't even want to talk about refs. I really hope there isn't. Mohammed, ruthlessness is what we miss in this team. Get Viktor Gyökeres and win this league. I wish, bro. I wish. No, you're correct. You know, bro. When he's playing well, I'm like, yo, he's so clutch, man. The celebration, the grey hair. When he's bad, I'm like, he looks like a grey alcoholic. I don't know what's going on. Callum said last week, my partner and I found out she's 6 weeks pregnant. I'm going to be a dad. Any tips or suggestions? Come on, you gunners. And the C unit. Do you know my suggestion? Get as much good sleeps as you can until the baby is born. Because when you have a child, trust me, you never sleep the same way in your life. That's my advice. Congrats, though, bro. At least you're hitting the target. Trossard looks like Uncle Fester. Oh, dear. Trust me, you never sleep the same when you have a kid. Never. I used to be 8-9 hours sleep a night. Noise don't wake me up. I sleep like a baby. As soon as I had a kid, bit of noise, I wake up. Here come Newcastle. Here they come. Good block. Corner. Legend of Renegade. Thoughts on Jimenez at Feyenoord. Looks like a top striker. Only seen highlights. He's 23. I'll be honest, haven't seen enough of him. I watched the highlights of him when we were linked with him. And then he nearly went to Forest, didn't he? I don't know how good he is. I think he's tall, left-footed, good target man. But I honestly couldn't tell you how good he is. Is he somebody we should be going for? You guys have probably seen more of him than me, to be honest. Callum enjoys it. Listen, best thing ever, becoming a parent. But trust me, hard work, bro. Let me tell you that. Corner to Newcastle. Gordon whips it in, headed away at the near post. Love the new setup. Big up. Man said at least you're hitting the target. Come on, bro. That's the target you need to be. Let me not say too much. You got to hit them targets, right? 100% conversion rate. Buy some Bitcoin. You will need it to raise your child. You're not wrong. Honestly, this half-term week, every day it's like, oh, what do you want to do today? Oh, I want to go to this trampoline park, you know, and it's like, then the next day I want to go arcade. Then I want to go bowling. You know, when I was a kid, I'm happy. Just give me a football. I'll go out and have a kick about with my friends. These kids nowadays, geez, every day. Everything costs money nowadays. I swear, the second you walk out of your front door, you spend about £30, £40. Then you get in the car. It's just mad. Everything's so expensive. What the hell was that from Marina? Was that a shot or a pass? I didn't even see what he did there. Oh, he tried to shoot. That was ambitious. I'm still not sure about Mikel Merino. I'm not writing him off, of course, but it's early days, but I'm not sure. Not sure about him. But hopefully he proves us wrong. Burkowski, Havertz needs to make runs behind the defence. Tired of seeing him just stand, not providing an attacking option, only standing back to goal. It's not a natural part of his game, is it? Well, go on, Big C, what happened with your Preston watch-along? For some reason, it got deleted. So I don't know what I did in it. I remember I played something in it and didn't mute it. So I don't know if they removed it because of that. But it got deleted mysteriously. But I didn't get no copyright strike. So I have no idea. I got no explanation. I just woke up and it had been removed. I rate Arteta, but his biggest flaw has to be bringing in youth. He will only start one here if Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Trossard and Havertz are all out. And even then, he'll probably recall Reece Nelson. Kids nowadays spoil exactly what my parents said to me. They get everything, don't they, kids? You know, that's the difference. Because a lot of us, when we were kids, we had it hard. So what you're desperate to do is make sure your kids don't. Then it's that balance of not giving them too much and still making them hungry to work hard. You know, that's the difficult thing as a parent. When you've struggled as a kid, you want your kid to have everything. Then giving them everything sometimes makes them, you know, think that everything's easy and, I want that, so I get that. Where we had to probably work and clean the dishes and look after your room and do well at school and just to get little bits. But that's the difficulty with parenting. There's a new copyright system allows them to remove videos without a strike. Kind of dumb for music because you can remove songs after. Yeah, or surely they could have said, just can you edit that bit out of your stream? The whole stream got pulled down. But it had already kind of stopped with views anyway. You know, it was after a few days. Corner to Arsenal. Declan Rice whips it in. It's high, it's deep. It's flicked away by Pope. And a foul by Gabriel on the edge of the penalty area. Free kick to Newcastle. Preach. Kids are... Yeah, man. It's different generation, innit? Different generations. Newcastle in possession. Isak tries to find Joe Willock. Declan Rice does well there. Keeps it. Saliba against Isak. That's going to be a good battle. Curtis Trisha TV. Old school Trisha. I tell you, man, it's mad, isn't it? You know, chat shows. They're not the same no more. Remember back in the day, you had like Maury, you had Trisha, you had Jerry Springer. Chat shows were elite back in the day. I don't know what they're watching nowadays. Not that they're worth watching. Most of the time, it's a load of madness. But there was drama. Jeremy Kyle, it was madness. It was crazy. Arsenal in possession. Saka gets it off Partey. Lewis Hall at left back. Needs to get him. Saka tries to take him on. It's cleared. Goes out for a throw-in. Hamza said, man, I am coming from a poor family. I had to sleep hungry. I have a stepson now. Could tell you they are really ungrateful since we're in a good position in life. I suppose you are what your circumstances are, right? If you grow up in difficulty, you're going to appreciate things more because you don't get a lot of it. If you've put yourself in a position where financially you're better, naturally your kid's going to get more of what they ask for. So then maybe they don't appreciate it as much. So it's probably not their fault, to be honest. Hey, come on, man. Jerry Springer and Jeremy Kyle and them shows were crazy. They weren't chat shows. Like, people were fighting on them chat shows. That was different. The America ones were always crazier, though. Like, you'd watch Maury and the girl would be like, yeah, there's like 7 people on the screen. Yeah, they could all be the baby father. You're like, raw. Saka shoots. That's a terrible shot. Side netting. Them shows, Ricky Lake, that was serious as well, you know. The American ones were always so much more extreme. Like, you watch Jeremy Kyle, there'd be a woman with like 2 guys on the screen. Which one of these is your baby father? Lie detector test. But then I'd watch like Maury in America and there's like 6 guys on the stage with the girl. I'm like, raw, what's going on? Everything was much more extreme, you know. Security come running on because they're trying to fight. You know what I mean? And they're like, Jerry. Yo, them chat shows were different back in the day. Here's Isak. This better not turn into a chat show. Great tackle, William Saliba. There's levels to this, bro. Martinelli loses possession. Someone marrying a cheeseburger, you know what I mean? It was always mad. Montel as well. That was good back in the day. Dr. Phil. Kilroy. Yeah, man. Yo, there was loads, man. I don't see these shows on TV. I don't really watch TV anymore. I can't lie. TV is just not great. I watch more like Netflix series and stuff. Ball whipped in. Isak! 1-0 to Newcastle. And I tell you what, you might see me on a chat show to deal with this football club. Get me on Jeremy Springer. Why am I an Arsenal fan and put 6 people on the stage? Because I need the lie detector test to come out. Because I've had enough of this football team. I'm talking about Jerry Springer and Ricky Lake. I look up and Isak's heading it in the corner. I just can't. It's 12:30 on a Saturday. I should be in the gym. I should be out shopping with the family. Christmas shopping. Buying new decorations. Instead, Isak's unmarked heading the ball in the top corner. I'm drinking flavoured water. I need vodka pineapple. Not Ciroc. We don't drink that. Did he? You know, he done too much. I've had enough. I've simply had enough. I've just had enough, people. Are we going to blame the ref for that one? Should we blame the ref? Was the ref in someone's way? Anthony Gordon, great ball. 2 centre-backs. He's standing in the middle of them. Absolutely shocking. You are throwing any chance of winning this league title away. You're not ready for it. Shocking defending. Oh, guess what? That's what happens when you've got a decent striker. When's the last time Havertz did that? We're a disgrace. This for me is on the Cronkies. The whole football club. Tear it all down. Tear it all down, honestly. I've completely had enough. Newcastle are 12th in the league. They've got a better striker than us. Just a joke. What a ball from Gordon. Come on, can we equalise? Terrible free kick. Declan Couscous is back. At 12:30, you lot, what? You really want to mash up the weekend at 12:30? Just a joke, mate. It's a joke. They've got Dan Burn, the sloth at centre-back. Havertz did it against Preston. Yeah, that's Preston, mate. You could probably score against Preston. I'm sitting here. We're relaxed. It's early afternoon on a Saturday. We're talking about Jerry Springer and a lie detector test. And look at this. We're doing 15 minutes. He scored. It's just like Saliba, mate. I love you as a player. How are you not marking it? I need to see that goal back. I don't understand how he's unmarked. I don't get it. The goal makes no sense. It's giving me a headache even thinking about it. How's he standing in between? It's actually Gabriel. He's standing. It's Gabriel. It's Gabriel's fault. Gabriel, you're marking him. You let him peel off you. Oh, my days. I just said before the game, Gabriel can become an Arsenal legend. An hour later. But don't worry, people. It's the ref's fault. Let's see if they blame the refs. Saliba's head. Saliba. Let me not say too much. You know what? This football club, man. Honestly. Man's doing gumfinger celebrations to us. Like with some soft touch team. No respect. They're 12th. With a better striker than us. Mohammed said, best defence, what a joke. They were last season, not this season. No pressure on the cross, no pressure on the striker. You're spot on, JP. War Eagle, not even 9 in the morning here. Already I want to go back to bed. Let me tell you, they better find some spirit and win this game. I said 2-1. So I predicted a goal against us. I just didn't expect it to be that early. And I thought we'd probably take the lead. They haven't won in 5 games. But don't worry, Santa Claus turns up. Holidays are coming, holidays are coming. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Taste the season and always the real thing. I don't think we turned up on the Arsenal coach. We turned up on the Coca-Cola truck with lights all over it and started handing out gifts to Newcastle. Oh, you haven't won in 5 games, yeah? Here, Merry Christmas. Keep the change, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year. Here's Havertz. Floats it in. Saka heads it wide. We're just... Oh, my God. Oh, God. You're asking me before the game, is Saka better than Alexis Sanchez? Oh, my days. And don't get me started on that donkey who we're playing up front. I'd honestly rather have the donkey out of Shrek. At least he's funny and he's got Eddie Murphy's voice. Oh, my days. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day, people. Why don't Isak play for Arsenal? Brian said Jerry Springer. Here he is. Come on in, Curtis. Honestly, I'm on a chat show. Martinelli, 1v1. Do something. Crosses it in. No one gets on the end of it. Bruno kicks out a play and it hits Martinelli. They're celebrating winning throw-ins. We look rattled. We honestly look rattled. I said we need to score first. That place turns into a fortress. I swear they've signed Marino over 1 goal in the Euros. I told you, I'm not convinced by him. Amsterdam said, you know what's crazy, Curtis? I never cared who won in the Premier League, but fan channels make me want to see Arsenal lose. You're the only one I feel sorry for, but you're entertaining, especially when they're losing. Half the fan base, especially some of the big accounts and some of the content creators are delusional. Anyway, like let's keep it a buck. They blame referees for every point we've dropped. So I wonder what they'll say today. Listen, I said before the game, Arsenal have just got to win. So, as I say pretty much every week with Arsenal, I'm no longer interested in the performance. Performance is out the window already for me now. Just win the game. But we're struggling to get the ball and create anything. No, like in Bruno Gyökeres, they've got a better attacking. They've got a better number 8 on the pitch than us. He should be playing for Arsenal. Here's Gordon again. No pressure on the cross. You're just letting him cross the ball. Martinelli and Timber on that left-hand side are stinking out the place. How are you just letting Gordon cross the ball like that? They've got Joe Linton at the back post, who's a tank. And they've got Isak, who's 6 foot plus. What the hell are we doing? Listen, I'm saying this patiently, right? I'm not writing him off, but I am not convinced by Mikel Merino. He's just so slow. He doesn't get around the pitch. Are we actually surprised? Title is already gone, says Gotanelli. And Alfred said, it's as clear as day this team need Ethan. Everybody talks about Odegaard's vision, but it's also his ball-carrying ability, what Ethan brings. Nah, mate, not with this manager. Give it 5 years, then he'll play him. We'll be in phase 10,000 by then. Yeah, to be fair, you're right. Like, Timber's the one you got to look at. Not so much Martinelli. Do your job. How easy is that switch, man? We're getting dragged all over the place. This is a team that hasn't won in 5 games. Manager's being questioned about his job in Eddie Howe. They look like they've won their last 10 games, their confidence. This is why I said, people, make sure you go and win the Carabao Cup. People laughed. Oh, I don't want the Carabao Cup. Yo, win the Carabao Cup because you might not win anything else. Look at the state of us! Bruno doing dragbacks on Trossard. Willock nearly got that shot as well. Miss-hit shot. Willock couldn't control it. It went straight through to Raya. They're taking the mick out of us. I knew Joe Linton would foul Saka there. Free kick on the halfway line. I'm sorry, Ben White. You might not be fully fit, mate, but you need to come on. Get Partey back in midfield and get Marino off. We're too slow in midfield. We've got no energy. They've got energy. Bruno Gyökeres can run. Willock can run. We're slow in midfield. Partey needs... Yeah, 100%. Big up everyone locked in, man. It's just the whole mood's changed now. Martinelli finds Marino. Honestly, mate, I'd rather have Dan Marino in midfield. They saw him score a goal for Spain and went and dropped 33 million on him. People going, oh, he's a really good midfielder. When have you watched him? Let's be real. How often are we watching Sociedad? Do you know what I mean? Put Dan Marino in there. He's probably quicker than Mikel Marino. He bought him because his name's Mikel, I'm convinced. Mikel twins. Ethan said City without Roger or a right winger, we still won't win the league. It's getting old. I'm just getting bored with it. Jay said we've got San Marino in midfield. Oh, dear me. We've got San Marino. He'll probably score a header now. You know, commentator's curse. I've been slagging him off. He'll probably score. Let's have the NBA stream. Honestly, this will end up an NBA channel. I can't keep doing this. It's painful. Oh, my days. Look at the state of that. Declan Couscous is back in full effect. He's saying it's handball. Do a VAR check. I'm not being funny, though. You're telling me you can't get past the first defender with a free kick? Declan Couscous. What the hell was that free kick? I mean, he does head it onto his arm. You're better off doing Forest streams. Bro, they might finish higher than Arsenal. Look at what they're doing to us. They're taking the mick. Bruno Gyökeres cutting us apart. Here's Gordon. Crossed in. Oh, my days. Goes out for a corner. We are scrambling. This, honestly, this reminds me of the scrambled egg that I make for breakfast. These men are doing Cruyff turns. Joe Willock doing Cruyff turns. Whips it out to... We're all over the place. Honestly, Gordon. Timber's having a shocker. First time I've ever said it. Timber's getting cooked by Gordon. He's absolutely cooking him this game. I love scrambled eggs. Yeah, we look like a pan of scrambled eggs right now. Just getting mushed up and pushed all around the plate. All around the pan. First time I've seen Timber get dealt with. Gordon whips in the corner. Headed up in the air. Are we going to challenge? Raya collects it. This is absolutely shocking. I don't care if it's only 24 minutes. The team don't even look up for the game. Just give him the damn ball. Come on, Timber, man. You need to wake up. I knew Gordon would be a different prospect. He's so direct. Come on, Martinelli. That's better. Trossard, what have you got? Don't do a drunk pass. That's all right. Come on. Partey, Saka's there. Give it him. Saka, what you got? Do something. That's rubbish, bro. I told you the ball can't teleport through people's bodies. The guy's a yard away from him. You're blasting the ball at him. You got to do something different. Good cross. Come on, Havertz! You should be desperate to get on the end of that. If you're a winger and you whip the ball across the 6-yard box, where is the striker? Nobody there. We're honestly, man, are these men jet lagged? The 1 hour flight or the 45-minute flight. Or maybe they went on the coach. What the hell is going on? They've got a sloth at centre-back. You need your striker in the 6-yard box. He's gone past the defender, whipped it across, and no one's there. What is going on? Just score a scruffy header from a set piece. Declan Rice, mate, is any chance of a decent cross? Sinwave, big up. Big up Shaquille locked in. We should have signed Fabian Ruiz. He can defend. Good player, man. Corner whipped in. It's high. Back post. Headed across. What a miss. Cleared off the line. And another one. How have we not scored there? How have we not scored there? Havertz. Here's a chance. Trossard. Heavy touch. Loses the ball. Throw into Newcastle. Gordon. Havertz. What a chance. Shots blocked on the line. There's the difference, people. Ball high, back post. Let's have a look. Saliba wins the header. Was it Havertz? It wasn't. It was Marino. I take it back. He's got to score that. I don't care if there's people in the way. Go roof of the net. You hit it straight at the guy. You're not going to get handball for that either. I don't want to hear people moaning about handball. You don't get handball for that. You just got to smash that roof of the net. Marino. I told you. I'd rather have Dan Marino. Ah, dear. Do you know what's crazy with Arsenal? Arsenal are in a stage where you would say, okay, over the last 10 years or whatever, this is a better Arsenal team. It's still difficult to watch. Such a poor performance. We have to step up. Free kick to Newcastle. Well, we've got Marino, who plays sort of box to box. They've got Bruno Gyökeres. He's way better than him. They've got Isak. We've got Havertz. He's better. It's not acceptable that a club who are 12th in the league have got better players in key areas than us. Joe Willett whips it in, flicked away. We can't get up the pitch. Look at Trossard. He's going to get yammed here. 2v1. Look at the... Breathalyze him. It started as a running joke. But I'm convinced the guy is drunk. He's just ran the ball out of play. I'm telling you, it started as a joke. Stella or Trossard. No, I think he's actually steaming. Look at Isak. This team make me sick. They're the only team in the history that can be in a title race, and you still don't like watching them play. You still don't enjoy watching them. Do something, please. Here's Saka. The ball from Trossard was rubbish anyway. I can't figure this team out. We can't even keep the ball. Pope kicks out for a throw-in. One of your tallest players taking set pieces is crazy to me. Victor price tag is going up. Should have bought him in the summer. Man, he's a goal machine. We don't need him, mate. We've got a donkey up front. There's no need for it. Latte, it's Arteta's fault. We want Gyökeres, got Kai. Gyökeres got Marino. We love stupid, hard projects. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We never actually address it and go, you know what? We need a centre midfielder. Let's get the very best that we can get. We go bargain hunting and start looking in TK Maxx in the sale rack. It doesn't work like that, bro. Here's Thomas Partey. We need to score. We need to score, man. You bought a Newcastle project, Marino. Yeah, you're not wrong. Here's Trossard. Who's... Martinelli. 2v1. No support. Wins a corner. Listen, I just got to hope we can win this game somehow. Gotanelli, sack Arteta, the fraud now. 5 years equals no trophies. Honestly, and you know me, people, I'm not a fan of Arteta, but I'm genuinely trying to not go too mad with the Arteta thing. But honestly, if we lose today, I am going to lose my head. Honestly, there's no more... I will be out of control. Nathan said, first live streaming forever, bro. Been working hard. Please stop bad-mouthing the journalists. I'm one of them. Hey, listen, they're shocking, most of them in England. I'll say you're the exception, bro. Corner to Arsenal. Rice whips it in. It's high back post. What the hell is that? Goes out for a goal kick. We are stinking out the place. London to Newcastle is, I think it's about 5 hours. It could be longer. I think it's 6 hours, actually. Imagine driving 6 hours to watch this. Should have listened to your dad, Curtis, unlike Cruz. He put me in them John Barnes shirts. Said, go and support Liverpool. I rebelled. They've won the Champions League, the Prem. But they were bad for a long time. But this is the Truman Show. This is genuinely the Truman Show. No, it's not 6 hours, apparently. 3 hours on the train. Oh, fair enough. How long is the drive, though? How long is the drive? London to Newcastle. I honestly thought it was like 5-6 hours. Martinelli's getting bullied by Livramento. 5 hours, it says, driving. 291 miles. But yeah, quicker by train. This is way up north, like Scottish border. Now, no regrets. Listen, you know, it's Arsenal for life, innit? But it's not particularly enjoyable. What's going on here? Martinelli, is he going to get booked for going mad at the ref? Right here, Henri sold us a dream. Yep, definitely did. They set us up for a lifetime of pain and anguish. Martinelli isn't good. Nah, he's downgraded, man. He's something not right with him. He hasn't improved at all. In fact, I'd say he's gone backwards. AKA, best stream on YouTube. I agree, bro. I agree. Now, big up your damn self. Appreciate that. Yeah, it does depend on the car. You're not wrong. Bruno Gyökeres down on the floor. I don't know what's happening here. Amsterdam, you are the best Curtis only channel that gives non-super chat commenters a voice. I always try, man. I always try and read as much comments without, you know, compromising the show too much. But yeah, man. Time, you know why? Time is more important than money. You can't get time back. You can make money. Money comes and goes, right? Time doesn't. So you giving up your time, tuning in, like the video, subscribe, put a comment in. Why should I not read non-super chat comments? Every channel should read non-super chat comments as well as super chats. Standard. Martinelli's on 190k. It's crazy though, because a year and a half ago, I would have said this guy had potential superstar quality. I'm now looking at him going, he could end up at Malaga. You know what I mean? He just looks like a headless chicken. I genuinely think this Arsenal team doesn't have enough star quality in it. I've said it for so long. There is not enough star quality in this team. It's just not. I don't think there's enough people in this team that if you was playing against Arsenal in the opposite dressing room, you would be like, oh, I'm a bit scared of him. You know, he can really rip us apart. I don't think we have enough of those players, and I think that's the problem. I think we've got a group of a good team, but there aren't enough X-factor players. Big up Joel Ozzy Gunnar said Arteta couldn't handle a star. Well, maybe. That's what he's been accused of. Bruno Gyökeres was down injured. He's back up now. Free kick to Newcastle. They clip it out long for a throw-in. Juan said Arteta player ignorance has caught up to us. Alay said Curtis has the best and most enjoyable watch-alongs. You'll never walk alone. Big up, bro. David said Trossard is too small and too slow. Maybe they should have took the Saudi money. We should have acquired a Cam in the summer. And the only real one we have, he doesn't play. Yeah. Ethan should have been getting starts. Here's Trossard. Oh, he overhits the pass. Saka could have been in there. Told you there's a... I'm telling you now, if we don't sort this team out, Saka and Saliba, we're going to end up having that Fabregas, Van Persie, Alexis thing. You got to a point with those three players where you felt like they were too good. They were far better than other players in the team. You know, I used to watch Alexis. I used to watch Fabregas and think, you're doing the job of like two players here. The rest of not all the players, but some of them aren't good enough. Like this, Saka's made a good run in between the lines in the penalty area. Trossard, 10-yard pass, 15-yard pass. He can't find him. Overhits it. These guys aren't going to hang around, people. If I'm Saka and I'm like, what? You signed Calafiori, Sterling and Marino. Is that meant to win us the title? Come on, Martinelli. What you got? Nothing again. That's a goal kick. This guy's got no intelligence. Forgive me, people. Can the ball teleport through a defender's body? Livramento is a yard away from Martinelli, and you're kicking the ball straight at him. Chop back, try and nutmeg him, do a skill, shift him, do something. This team is nowhere near as good as some people think. This team, a lot of the players in this team, I'll be honest with you, they're moments players. Martinelli has good moments every so often. He'll beat a defender, he'll score a good goal. He's a moments player. He's not a consistent winger who produces end product. Trossard's the same. He's a super sub. He'll come on, score a good goal, do the celebration. Then you don't see him for the next 2 games. He's another moments player who can't consistently perform. The players that are consistent in this team, in our attack, are Odegaard and Saka. There's nobody else. There's nobody else. Havertz is a moments player. He has good moments, especially in home games against lesser opposition. Odegaard and Saka are the players in our attack that are consistent. And then in defence, Saliba, Gabriel has been consistent. This team is not good enough. Mourinho does not take this team to the next level. He looks to me like a squad player. Just a decent player, tidy on the ball. He's a squad player. I wouldn't even say he's better than Kovacic. And Kovacic doesn't start for Man City. So, I don't know, man. That window, it stunk. I'm sorry. It was a stinky window. Didn't push us to the next level. Trossard's fouled there. Free kick to Arsenal. And then you get in a period where you're frustrated. I'm looking at Martinelli and Trossard right now like, yo, you could potentially both come off the pitch. But is this manager brave enough to... I would genuinely... Now, I've had enough now. I haven't really said it much. But Nwaneri has got to get game time. Now, I'd drag Trossard at half-time and bring Nwaneri off. I don't give a damn how old he is. He can't do any worse than what Trossard is doing on that football pitch. At least he's going to run at people. At least he's going to have energy and have a point to prove. We've done nothing in this half. We've been absolutely rubbish. Havertz on the floor. Yellow card that was for the Newcastle player. I think it was Shaw. Free kick to Arsenal about 40 yards out. Shaw's on a yellow card. Vegas Gunner, we can't score unless it's a set piece. Why is Trossard a striker? He's 5'7" and slow. Shouldn't Kai be up there? I think they're rotating. I think Havertz is up front, but they're rotating. Ambient said defence is quality, attack is on par with Villa. I don't even know if our attack is... I don't even know if it's better. They're bringing off Watkins, bringing on Duran. They got 2 better strikers than us. And they've got Leon Bailey. MM said, when I was younger, I supported Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Barcelona. My brother showed me a video of Henry and Bergkamp. Started supporting Arsenal. Bet you wish he never showed you that video, don't you? Hey, Char, last 2 seasons, we should have won the Prem. We bottled. You know what? You're right. I said it last year, we should have been champions. Especially last year. People think the 8 points clear year, we should have won it. I think last year was even more. Because 8 points clear, City had a game in hand, so it was 5. They beat us, it was 2. Saliba got injured. We were always going to drop another game. Last year, we should have won the title. We threw it away against Villa. That's why I went crazy, because I knew. Free kick, Rice whips it in. His deliveries have been awful today. Absolutely awful. Partey finds Martinelli, back to Partey. What you got? Whips it in. That's a good ball. Nobody gets near it. Goal kick. What the hell am I seriously watching? Like, genuinely, what am I watching here? Somebody explain to me what we're watching. I know I joke about this, and I don't even like saying this, but we're a spicy Tottenham. We're a spicy Tottenham right now. I'm sorry. Red kit, red hot, red spice. They're lemon and herb in Nando's. We're extra hot. But we still leave with no trophies. The thing that we criticised, we are now becoming. When we were finishing like 8th and that, we go, but Poch, they don't win nothing. So they don't mean nothing even if they're doing well. Are we not doing something similar now? Are we not doing something similar now, people? We are Morley's FC. Bro, we're doing something similar. I'm sorry, I know that's harsh. Listen, I don't ever want to talk about them. Nando's with some hot pepper sauce, people. That's all I'm seeing. I wish genuinely, I feel like locking it off. I'm not enjoying watching this game one bit. Not one bit of this game am I enjoying. This is hot pepper sauce. Spuds. Tottenham. Sometimes in life, you get opportunities, you got to take it. People think automatically, because we challenged 2 years ago, because we challenged last year, that the natural progression is you get better and better and better. And so many people in arguments go, listen, this team's going to win the league. They're going to get better and better. It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes you have a window of opportunity, and if you miss it, it gets worse after that. Or you start to become static and you don't move forward and other clubs overtake you. Nathan said you got to take the good with the bad. The problem is we get too much bad and not enough good. Newcastle edge of the box, Isak. Oh, good job the guy didn't control that. Bruno Gyökeres is horrible, you know. I would love him to play for Arsenal. He's one of them players you don't like when he's not playing for your team, but you wish he played for you, honestly. Mikel is our Brendan Rodgers. I mean, at least Brendan played good football. Where's 2-2-3? Is Moreno better than ESR? I don't even know if he's better than Jorginho, bro. I'm not even capping. Never mind ESR. This first 45 minutes is absolutely disgraceful. Look at Isak, man. That just brings the ball down. Side foot volleys it out to the fullback. It's just, we're watching a proper striker. We don't even have a striker up front. We got an attacking midfielder up front trying to be a striker. This first half is absolutely disgusting. Honestly. Absolutely disgusting first half. We're nearly at half time. We've had one shot. I don't even know if that was count as being on target because it was blocked by the defender. This first half is disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Honestly, I think Jorginho's better than Moreno from what I've seen so far. I'm not even capping. Here's Martinelli. Come on, take him on! Rubbish. I already know when he's got the ball, he's going to lose the ball. That's how little belief I've got in him right now. He has managed to keep it, but Chris said, true, Big C, I would genuinely play Jorginho over Moreno. 3 minutes added on. Can we get an equaliser? No shots on target. It didn't count because it was blocked. It didn't reach it. Here's Saka. Were they booing Partey then, by the way? They're booing Partey, man. Boy, the accusations, man. They're not letting him off. Ball whipped in, punched away by Pope. I don't trust this team, Rasta, man. You know what? That's actually true. I don't trust this team. You can't really put your faith in this team because you don't know what they're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get from them, sorry. What a disgraceful first half. Come on, Moreno, cross it. Whips it in. That is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Straight in the goalkeeper's hands. This is absolutely disgraceful. This is absolutely disgraceful first half. They're not up for it. Newcastle want it more than us. That's not acceptable. They're 12th. We're in a title race. Honestly, I am absolutely disgusted in that half. I'm not even angry. I'm disappointed. You know when you'd really let your family down? You know when your mum wasn't even shouting at you? I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. That's how I feel about this team. They're bringing out merch. Great merch, by the way. The team is shambolic. Look how easy Bruno Gyökeres has made this first half look. He's been the best player on the pitch with Gordon and Isak. It's just I'm lost for words with this team. I'm lost for words. And you know what? It bothers me, but I'm not surprised. I said at the start of the season, I don't believe we'll win the league. I gave the transfer window 5 out of 10. I think a lot of that 5 came from the fact that we got 30 million for Eddie Nketiah. The transfer window was an absolute disgrace. Honestly, half time. No shots on target. Honestly, if we lose this game, they're going to have to ban me from Twitter tonight. Elon, just ban me. I feel like, genuinely, I feel like I'm watching a relegation battling team. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm watching a team in a relegation battle. What the hell is this? You wanted Mourinho. We don't play football like that. This is Arsenal. We play entertaining football. What's that guy on thingy, man? Who does that online? What's the guy's name, man? Who does that online? Explain that nonsense to me that I'm watching. One of the worst 45 minutes I have seen all season. Yeah, Cable. What the hell is that? They called me crazy when I said this manager ain't good enough. Be patient. Trust the process. See the vision. He's not good enough. Even if we somehow pull out a 45 minutes of dreams and grind out a victory, we are not going to win a league title playing football like that. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It stinks. It absolutely stinks. We are terrible to watch. Absolutely terrible. You can't keep playing like that and thinking it's going to get you anywhere. Oh dear. How do I dress that up? Fabricator, the project already reached its peak. Buckle up, it's going downhill. It feels like that. 2-year window of opportunity maybe where United were out of it, Chelsea were out of it, Liverpool had a bit of a, they weren't quite at their best. You got to go and capitalise on it. Win the league. You don't win the league, you go big in the window. Make that next step forward. You don't win the league again, go big again in the window. These owners delivered the most pathetic, lackluster, uninspiring transfer window I have ever seen from a so-called title-challenging football team. A defender from Bologna that 6 months ago most of us had never even heard of, right? A midfielder that has been to the Premier League, didn't work and left, and people hyped him because he scored a goal in the Euros. And a Raheem Sterling that's probably 2 years past his best when City got rid of him on loan. And a couple young goalkeepers. And they dressed that up as a good transfer window. And the fans lapped it up. Not everybody, by the way. There are a number of you who knew what was what. But then when people like me and other people in the comments and people online are going, that transfer window is a 3 out of 10, a 4 out of 10, a 5 out of 10 max. It was a shocking window. You get people coming for you in the comments. Oh, you're being negative. It's toxic and, give them a chance. And Marino won the Euros. So what? Mustafi won the World Cup. He was part of a squad that had a great team. It doesn't mean he's a great player. And this is what you get when you accept foolishness, people. You get delivered this. Because what this team needed was pressure relieving players, in the sense of we needed a player to come in to say, yo, Bakayo, you are not going to need to do everything because I'm here. I'm a baller. I'm an attacker. I'm going to score goals. I'm going to occupy defenders, and you're not going to have as much pressure on your shoulders. So you go and buy a striker that score big goals, or you go and get a winger that is superb on the ball, and you take pressure off Saka so that we're not predictable that everything pretty much comes down the right. You get a top quality centre midfielder to give us that midfield. Declan Rice in the 6, you've been brilliant. You get the number 8 who is superb, and then you've got Odegaard attacking midfield. There's your midfield. But you don't. You miss out on players. You don't sign Elise. You don't go for Isak. You don't go for Bruno Guimaraes. You don't get Gyökeres. You don't buy Osimhen. You don't even buy Ivan Toney. I said all summer buy Ivan Toney. Not because I thought Ivan Toney was the best striker. Because Ivan Toney at 40 million made the most sense. It was the easiest deal. 40 million. He'll come in, he'll score goals. He's big, he's strong, he's aggressive. I knew Arsenal weren't going to sign Osimhen or someone like that. They're not going to pay that money because they like to cut corners. But no. We'll stick with Havertz because he had a decent run at the end of the season. How can anybody think Kai Havertz is going to lead Arsenal to a Premier League title as a striker? He's not a striker. He is not a striker. He might go up front and play all right and hold the ball up, and he's not a striker. And people go, yeah, he's doing the Firmino role. He isn't half the player Firmino was as a false 9. Firmino was incredible as a false 9. The link-up play was on a different planet. And he had 2 wingers that would rip you to shreds in Salah and Sadio Mane. We haven't got that. We've got 2 wingers. Martinelli absolutely stinks. I need to see his passport. There's no way he's Brazilian. No way he's Brazilian. I reckon he was living in the Amazon rainforest. He's one of them bushmen, living in the bush, catching fish in the rivers and that. There's no way he never been anywhere near the favelas. The transfer window was an absolute disgrace. And people were celebrating it, giving it 8 out of 10s. The delusion is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Genuinely is. Dinashem, Palmer is why Chelsea beat Newcastle. Havertz, say no more. Havertz cost nearly twice what Cole Palmer cost, by the way. And nearly twice what Bruno Guimaraes cost. And he cost the same as Isak. Yeah. But let me not say too much. And by the way, his nickname is Donkey. Donkey by name, donkey by nature. 5 years deep, by the way. Enjoy the journey. Arsenal FC are a disgrace, said. Top 4 race, mate. Phil said, watch Arteta, not any changes at half-time. He don't trust his squad, mate. Big said, Big C, I'm just here for vibes. Bournemouth showed me we aren't ready. This obsession with Havertz in midfield. Arteta is in his I am smart mode. I hear you. He wants to be the genius. He thinks this is Pinky in the brain, bro. and Pinky and the brain. He thinks he's a genius, this guy. He thinks he's smarter than everyone else in football. You ain't Pep. I've said it so many times, bro. You ain't Pep because you was around Pep. Avery, honestly, see if we lose, I might stop watching us. I've got 2 kids, a third on the way. Got to stay sane. No winning mentality. Terrible transfer winner. I said it last week, bro, and I will say it again. People, look after yourselves. I want as many of you as possible watching this stream to help this channel get the numbers up, more subscribers, more views. Naturally, I'm not going to lie. I want the numbers as high as possible. If you need to take a break from Arsenal, stay away from this channel as long as you need to. Because let me tell you something. If I wasn't making content on a full-time basis, I'd be stepping back from this because trust me, we are on a rocky road right now. We're on a rocky road right now. Because we've just had 2 years to have a real go at Man City and we haven't done it. And Liverpool look like they're back and Chelsea are improving. United, new manager, new ownership. We will slip down this ladder if we don't fix up. Goatanelli, Arteta out propaganda must start tonight. Elton said, I said last time, do we really look like champs? Not one bit. How many points dropped is that now? 1 FA Cup in 5 years. Man were messaging me last week going, oh, we're unbeaten against the big 6 clubs in 2 years. I said, what trophy does that get us? And he messaged back saying, what do you mean? I said, what trophy do we lift for being unbeaten against the top 6 clubs in the last 2 years? And he said, yeah, but, you know, Wenger used to lose to these teams. I said, so what? We still ain't winning nothing. I'm not interested. Win a trophy or go. That's all I want to know now. You've had 5 years to build the project. Are we ready or not? We're not ready? Okay, give it to someone else. 8:23 in Texas, already going through 7 stages of grief, said David. Big up to you, bro. He-man. Arteta is telling us Ethan ain't better than Trossard. Trossard's playing like he's been out all night drinking. And he's got bags under his eyes like Kung Fu Panda. Not starting Waneria's ruined this season. You get a 17-year-old out of Hale End who looks like he's got star quality. And you know what you do? You don't play him. That's what you do. Yet there's documentaries about Hale End, and you're talking about Hale End, but you don't want to play him. White Glove said not to mention we got rid of ESR. Yeah. Go Steel. Curtis, I warned you last week to look behind you instead of looking ahead. Chelsea and Villa are going to overtake Arsenal this weekend. It could be a top 4 battle. Ross says, why are the changes needed so obvious yet Mikel in his stubborn ways will not do it? Trossard has been awful. Take a gamble on Ethan. You're spot on. You are spot on. I'm going to tweet it. Make some subs at half time. That is honestly one of the worst 45 minutes I've ever watched. That was pathetic. Mohammed, big up to you, bro. That was not worth 45 minutes of my life. Sometimes it feels like players are being overcoached. We have better ball players than that. Yeah. People said I was hating, saying we aren't good enough. You're right, bro. Cliff said, what have you seen that shows we're in a title race? Told people who talked about eating Arteta humble pie. That pie is in the freezer. Cliffo, you're not wrong, man. Silvino, Arsenal respect teams too much. It's scary. We're an attacking team. Arteta's mind is defensive and it's not working. You are spot on. I said it the other day and I know people hate this comparison. People said when we got rid of Aubameyang was finished. I said the managers killed Aubameyang because Aubameyang went to Barcelona and scored 13 league goals in half a season and scored against Real Madrid in the Bernabeu, won the league and then scored 24 goals for Marseille and got top goal scorer in the Europa League. So was he finished or did the manager kill him as a striker? What striker has thrived at Arsenal under Mikel Arteta? Lacazette lost his hairline. Aubameyang lost his hairline, got stuck on the left wing. Jesus did an interview saying scoring goals ain't my strength. Put me on the wing. Havertz is a B-Tech striker. Trossard looks drunk when he goes. You can't play up front in this team. Jake said, Big C, I'm disappointed by our effort. I'm disappointed by everything. Only Eddie thrives in our system. You're not wrong. The squad's built for Eddie, you know. Gunnar Galactico, last 45 minutes for me. Manager is an idiot. The owners don't care. My mental health is more important than this ish. We've seen this movie before. We all know how it's heading. It's insanity. Take care of yourself, Gunnar Galactico, honestly. They don't even deserve our time and energy. Zamir, what the F was he thinking playing Partey fullback? Already missing Odegaard in midfield. This coach, bro. Big up Zamir. HR, Liverpool just signed Chiesa. Klopp made a good team and left Liverpool. We need to sign quality 7 to 8 players. EFL, FA Cup or Champions League trophy will make us happy. Ethan said, tired of the Peruvian. Go get Rodrigo. Not sure he'd want to come to us. Sam Arteta as the team, squeezing lemons, pickpockets, stealing their items. He is sick. He is perverse. Waneri has to start, but his ego won't let him. Has he made a sub at half-time? What do you think? I'm looking at the same 11 players having a circle. You know what will solve everything, lads? Let's get in a circle and make it look like we've got a plan. That'll solve everything. Ross Curtis, I'd rather be at the kebab shop right now with the girl with the dirty feet than watch this. Honestly, it's more glamorous in there than this. You're right, Ross. Beckley, I don't want to hear excuses from the amount of money he spent. The squad has to be so much better than this. If Forest beat West Ham, they're above us. Chris Wood and them, man, you know. Sonic, the return of Arsenal's banter era. We will be there no matter what. Mo2K, the fact I've been following this channel for 3 years and still not a member. Arteta out. Big up to you, bro. Vegas Gunner, what could another manager and sporting director do with the amount of money and being able to cancel contracts that Arteta and Edu could have done? I reckon they'd win the league. AKA new member. Zamir, we're not winning ish with this coach. You're not wrong. Abdullah, now I see why top gooners getting abused by Lee Gunner, you mean, right? Is that Lee Gunner? Or Lee Judge? No, my mind's going mad. Yeah, Lee Gunner. I thought you meant Lee Judges, yeah. My mind scrambled. Second half back underway. DM said, seriously, Rice is a ball player, not a ball winner. There is no ball players in front. Where is Ethan? We need Cazorla and Silva, not Marino. Why can't Arteta see it? Everyone sees it. 29, says TNM. And Ryan said he will make a sub when it's 2-0. Apologies, I was only reading out super chats. There was 25 super chats. So I had to try and get them in before we get back to the second half. Please. Oh, Newcastle on the attack. Saved by Rail. Literally, I look up at the screen and they're having a shot straight away. And don't forget, download SofaScore. I'm literally at the point I can't even... I'm so out of energy, I can't even advertise them properly. Sorry, SofaScore. I should be giving a whole transcript, but download SofaScore. Football app, very quick. QR code, link in description. Do what you want. If they're watching this, I could be in big trouble from doing that. But that's the mood I'm in. Ball whipped in, back post. Oh. Just do what you want. There's a QR code if you want to. Click it. If you don't, so what? That's the mood I'm in right now. Honestly, I don't even care. I don't care. I can't believe this, what I'm watching. I just can't believe it. They're going to ruin the whole weekend. This is what they get you to, bro. Seriously, this team. Don't worry, they'll drop new merch on Monday. I'm sure there'll be a new tracksuit top to dampen if this result goes wrong. Maybe they can bring out Win the Dog on a t-shirt. That might work. No, you're right. Stop playing with the bread. No, I'm joking. Download it, man. Yo, we need them there all season. Especially if this title challenge goes wrong. Just click it. Right. Oh, please. Just shots on target. I'll take shots on target for now, people. Some sort of excitement. Like, we are stinking out the place. The football is wild. Look, like Saka's got the ball there. He needs Partey. Because Partey's inverting, we've got no overlap from the right back. Man said I'd take shots off target. For real. Saka loses the ball. Get up, man. He never touched him. Well done, ref. Come on, Deckers. Move the ball. We've got to score early. Kyle said I'd take a point. I wouldn't. I wouldn't take a point. Point means nothing to me. It's win or nothing. I'm not interested in what happens after if we don't get a point. If we don't win, sorry. Ball whipped in, headed away at the near post. Ah, dear. No, I'm with you, Ishmael. Listen, if we don't win this game, I'm telling you now, I will switch off from football. They are not ruining the weekend. They're not. Go about your business. These are the games. Mitchell Brothers, you're spot on. I was just about to say something similar. These are the games you show what you're made of. You go, listen, we're 1-0 down at St. James's. We haven't played well. We get together. We grind out a result. You get that equaliser in the next 10, 15. Then you grow into the game and show your quality. Oh, no. This is a sad moment. This is a sad moment. Goatanelli, right, who, by the way, is a massive fan of Martinelli. Obviously, Goatanelli and in the display picture, he's conceded and called him Perunelli. That's a sad moment. That is a genuinely, like, that's like a moment of silence. Like, Goatanelli's conceded. He was idolising him. He's called him Perunelli. We're giving up on players one by one, people. It's a sad moment. It really is. I appreciate the super chat. Big up my bro Akeem. Us being defensive is killing us. Be flamboyant and attacking. Bro, how crazy is it to think last season Arsenal scored 91 league goals in 38 games? And we've decided to park the bus and defend, which doesn't suit us. Now we can't attack properly. Taylor said from a Villa van, I hope you guys win. Arsenal do know how to get results. They just aren't doing it at the moment. Well, you don't do it at the moment. You're playing catch-up, and it's a catch-up you probably won't do against Man City. I'd rather have Martin Jannetty at left wing, says Brian. Big up Jerome said, big up Big C in the community. Don't let Arsenal mess with your income stream. Yeah, you're right. Look at the state of Trossard. He can't keep the ball. Come on, Martinelli, what you got? Here's Trossard. You're falling over. Is he running down a hill? Get this old man off the pitch. Get that grey-haired old man off the pitch. He gives the ball away. We win the ball back. Look at this. He's got the ball. He's falling over. He's falling over. He has a touch. Look at him. He's stumbling. He's 55 years of age. Trust me, that grey hair ain't fooling me. You're an old man. You're older. We thought the ref was Trossard's dad. He's the ref's dad. He was falling over as he's running with the ball. I think I might be onto something here with this Stella R. Trossard. He's drunk. Please just score a scrappy header from a corner. Rice whips it in. It's high. Nope. No, Bruno Gyökeres has it. He'll smash it up the pitch. Even a long, hopeful ball ends up with a Newcastle player, although we have won it back. Go all the way back to David Raya. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. 20 years and counting. I'm telling you now, Trossard is drunk. Stella R. Trossard again. He's been on the beers, mate. Here's Anthony Gordon. If they score a second, this is a wrap. Corner to Newcastle. Dan Burn, the sloth, comes up. Ethan almost bags 2 top corners and we get... How will he not give this guy a chance? Somebody put it at half-time. You're right. He'll bring him on when it's 2-0. They'll score again and then we'll make a triple change. Go on, lad. Go and win me the game. Trossard is bladdered, Nick. I'm telling you. The only explanation, he was stumbling on a pitch that is basically like a carpet, like he's running down Mount Everest. Oh, Saka fouls on the halfway line. Free kick to Newcastle. Oh, my days. This game is absolutely ridiculous. They're throwing it away. No shots on target. They're bringing on Tonali, bro. Tonali's better than Marino. So I'm saying they're starting players better and bringing on players better. Crazy. They look more likely to score a second than us. Look at Trossard again. He's missed the ball. Look. Well, he kept that one. Look, we're kicking the ball long with no one up there. Oh, my days. Honestly. Honestly, people. Look at Pope twisting up Havertz. Like, oh, my days. We haven't had a shot in target in 53 minutes. Oh, Partey nutmegs Isak. I like that. Isak can't believe it. Puts his hands in the air. How about you put him in midfield, mate? How about that? Gabriel, man, that's a risky pass. I can't believe how bad we're playing. I'm actually baffled at what we're watching right now. Here's Trossard, who's having one of the worst games I've ever seen from him. Ever. No wonder Brighton sold him for 27 million. Watch this. Let's see. It just ran straight into him. Now he's on the floor. And he's fouled him. Honestly, this guy has got me questioning life itself. Like, I cannot... But look at the bags under his eyes. He hasn't slept in weeks. He runs into the player, then rugby tackles Joe Willock. He's just rugby tackled a player. Don't let him drive home tonight. He's steaming. Has he been in IB for a week? Why do you think I call this channel, people? The slogan is information and entertainment. Because you need a sense of humour to be an Arsenal fan. Let me tell you. Because this is the comedy channel. Honestly, you might as well have Ricky Gervais playing in midfield instead of Trossard. Put Chris Tucker up front. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Where's the response at half-time? You're 1-0 down. Look at Havertz. Don't worry, lads. We don't need a striker. We got Havertz. He's the worst striker I've seen in years. I'll take defensive midfield Lacazette over this guy. And don't get me started on this guy, Mikel Merino. Don't get me started. You're right. You said it earlier. San Marino, Dan Marino, Mikel Merino. Look at the state of him. But don't worry, lads. He scored a goal in the Euros for Spain. We don't. Oh, I'm in a zone now where I feel rebellious right now. I can't believe what I'm watching. I can't believe we haven't had a shot. They're singing Ethan's name. Here's Martinelli. He'll run it out of play, don't worry. He'll kick it straight at someone. Look at Anthony Gordon, wraps him up. Anthony Gordon's better than Martinelli. I can't believe I'm saying that. Isak is so good on the ball. I can't believe he's so technically gifted, man. He is so classy. He's tall, quick. Look at Joe Willock. He's sending man to the shops. Saliba, don't let it happen, please. I'll have to deactivate if Willock scores. Step overs, Willock all over the bar. Sign him back. He's better than our midfielders. Hip-hop reactions are not a matter of it, but when. Tempted to turn. Like, honestly, what are we watching? Newcastle dominating the game, people. I'm lost for words. Lee said, is that what it's come to? Only way to score is a set piece. If Arsenal don't win anything, top boys start to leave. Yeah. Jerome said, be excited. Johnny's World, same script, same cast, experience, different results. We are screwed. Honestly, it's like watching the Titanic, expecting it not to watch the iceberg. Like, it's insanity at this point, thinking that this team and this manager is good enough. It ain't happening. Look, Saka loses the ball. He's been rubbish. The whole team's been dreadful. War Eagle, third match in a row. We do nothing to improve in the second half. It's cost us. Now it's going to cost us the league. If we lose, we could be 7th by the end of the week. Pink slip should start printing now. You're right, bro. P45 should be being typed as we're watching this game. Sack Unai 5 years later. Top 4 race with Unai. That's what he called karma, innit? And Peru Nelly said, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Arteta out. Sense of humour is vital. Finally. Oh, you've realised Nwaneri can play football now, yeah? You're going to bring him on. Well done, mate. We've been saying it for 6 weeks. But now you realise, yeah? And by the way, was that Zinchenko who I saw coming on as well? Like, was that Zinny? Are you bringing Zinchenko on left back against Anthony Gordon? Like, people, let me know in the comments. Why not put Partey in midfield and bring on a right back? Was that Zinchenko coming on? It is Zinchenko. Where is he coming on this pitch? I just don't understand it, mate. Do you think he's going to handle Gordon 1v1? We're clearing the ball. No one's up there. Who is he bringing off? Marino. Absolute garbage. Marino looks like a shocking signing. And Martinelli. I don't understand what shape we're playing. He's going to put Trossard on the left, I reckon. Nwaneri in the 10. I don't even know the shape we're doing. I've no idea. Maybe Zinni's going centre mid. I've got no idea where these lot are playing. Would it be Trossard left wing, Nwaneri in the cam? Partey's in midfield by the look of it. I don't know what's going on. Or is he just... I don't know what he's going... Oh, yeah, of course. Timber at right back. Zinni at left back. Partey in midfield with Rice. Nwaneri in the 10. Trossard on the left. I would have took Trossard off over Martinelli. Even though Martinelli's not playing well either, to be honest. They're both playing garbage. Vivek said, Big C, I told my friends last week in the next 2 or 3 years we're going to win the league before Arsenal. They all laughed. You're not laughing now. You're probably not wrong. Because they'll keep spending money and they'll get there eventually. Yep, you're right. We're back to no pace FC. No pace. In the front three, really. Saka, Havertz and Trossard. Willock gets booked. That's a bad challenge, man. Gyökeres scored 4 goals. Yeah, they're not interested, mate. They've got Havertz. He'll get 4 goals in the whole season, but yeah. Tonali coming on for Newcastle. Adidas just copy and pasted that hoodie design for every club, didn't they? And just changed the colour. Same as the Jamaica hoodie is Havertz! Run straight into the goalkeeper. Do you know what? I've lost enthusiasm for this game. I'm trying to keep belief. Absolutely lost all belief in this team and this manager. There is a lot of criticism. There is a lot of... I'll be honest, this is one of the first times some of these big accounts are starting to criticise. Well, they're criticising the players, but this has got to be on the manager as well. Zinni can do no worse than what was happening. You're right. What I can't believe about this performance is the fact we're not even attacking. Well done, Ethan Nwaneri. Wins the ball. Newcastle are swarming us. Isak. Shoot. Saved by Raya. Rebound comes out. Partey does well. Very calm on the ball there. That's a foul, surely. Free kick. You see all the Newcastle fans going mad. We're in big trouble here. Honestly, the way we're playing, we are not getting out of here with a win. We need to get a scrappy goal and then somehow get back into the game. The one thing I will say about Zinchenko, what I always say, I have more faith in him on the ball than a lot of players. Declan Rice drives into the area. Declan Rice, shot deflected just wide. Goes out for a corner. Come on! You've got to find something now. We're losing belief in the group. You've got to... This is where you've got to... It's not about at the Emirates on a sunny afternoon against Leicester when you're bopping. It's about away at Newcastle, down to the last 27 minutes, 1-0 down and you're struggling. You've got to find something that says, yo, we are title winners. If you just disappear and lose this game, then it shows what you're made of. Show some fight and grind out a win. Joe Willock's coming off. I'm actually delighted with that. He's had a very good game. High energy. That's the thing with Willock. He's quick. Tonali comes on. And Tonali's a good player as well. Very good player. Come on, man. All the major discussions over everything, we'll have that after the game. But this team have got to find something. We look shattered. I don't know why. We played Preston midweek. Rested half of our team. Yeah, you're right, Kieran. We're only missing Odegaard, so injuries out the window. Come on. Score from this corner. Saka whips it in. Punched away by Pope. Dreadful. Zinchenko heads it back in the air. Newcastle win it back. There's a surprise. Gordon on the attack. They just look so comfortable on the ball. Look how easy that is. Yellow card for Timber. Timber wipes him out. He's had his worst game in an Arsenal shirt. He's had his worst game. That is so rash. Tonali just wipes him out. It's so lazy. Timber's been awful today. I didn't even think he had this performance in him. He's been that good. Why do we look so short of energy? I don't understand it. We played Preston midweek. They had Chelsea. They played Chelsea at home. Ball whipped in, back post for Newcastle. Kept in play. Clipped into the back post. Raya comes and collects it. I can't believe it. I'm looking at the Newcastle team that played against Chelsea. Pope, Shaw, Joe Linton, Isak, Gordon, Willock, Hall. They all played. We played Preston, made about 6-7 changes. So we looked tired even though half our team didn't play. And they looked full of energy even though their team did play. And my worry when they beat Chelsea was always that win is going to be a big lift for them. And the atmosphere is going to be really good. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This football club has a mentality problem. We have a real lack of mentality and belief and know-how into how to win. We just lack it. We don't have it. We don't have enough winners. We don't have enough leaders. We've got players that they play well when they want. They have spells. I said it so many times, DJB. Win the Carabao Cup. Go all out for the Carabao Cup because I don't see this team doing anything major this season. We'll talk about the manager at full time. You already know my opinion. Well, yeah, we've got a dog called Win. That's the only thing we're winning. We've got a trophy dog. They even sell his dog toy in the shop. Crazy. Anyway, Declan Rice corner, 23 minutes to go. Can we get a scrappy goal? Ball whipped in. Come on. Come on! Trossard volleyed it. It's blocked and they clear it. He goes out for a throw-in. Do you know what? He didn't even know that ball was coming to him, did he? You could tell. If he expected that, he could have hit that harder. Watch him. He's not... Just kind of reacts at the last... No, it's not a bad effort. It's hard. But he's had one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. I just feel sorry for him. He needs a bed and a month off. Sorry, Big C, we have enough winners to win the league. That defensive style has to go. Do we have enough winners? Because we haven't done it before. But the defensive style has destroyed us. It's Wenger all over again. A manager and a regime are too comfortable and a fan base too deluded and worried about being popular to call it out. Well, I do agree. Stamford Bridge said, hope Arsenal win the Carabao Cup so they keep Arteta. Damn, that's a good point. Stop the Bossard hate. Drossard, mate. They're calling him Tinder. Urian Tinder Egg. Tinder, Stella R. Trossard, Declan Couscous, Kai Donkey Havertz. There you go. I just said, oh, you know what? At least Zinni's good on the ball. I take that back, people. Zinni's given the ball away. Under zero pressure. There you go. He nearly tripped himself over. And he goes out for a corner. The man came on and tripped himself over. Do you know what, people? I'm going to be honest. I'm in that part of the stream where the enthusiasm is on the floor. I actually feel quite relaxed. I'm quite proud of myself. I expected myself to be shouting and screaming at the screen. But I'm not. I'm chilling. I'm actually laid back in this chair. It's Saturday. It's an early kickoff. The game will be done by about 2:30. 2:45. I'm going to go about my business and keep it moving. Newcastle corner headed away. You know what? If we win, great. If we lose, what can I do about it? Look at the state of this team. Heading the ball against each other. Saka clears out for a throw. What the hell can I do? I'll say my point online, on Twitter and on YouTube, and I'll keep it moving. This team don't deserve the energy of the fan base. They're not serious. So why should I be serious when this football club aren't serious at the end of the day? I've done the ranting, the raving, the ripping shirts, the shouting at the screen. They're not a serious football club. They want top four. They want money. They want profit. And that's the end of it. So, yeah, acceptance, Leon. Arsenal said Arteta can win the dog with him when he goes. Yeah, get rid of that dog as well. One goal sucked the energy out of us, can't even run. We've been Space Jam, Mohammed. Honestly. We've turned into Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny. Ben White's on. For Timber, I'm assuming, because he's had a stinker. Jesus is on. I bet he don't take Havertz off. I bet you. He'll bring off Trossard. Even though Trossard does deserve to come off. Who did he bring off? I think it is Trossard. I didn't even see who came off. Isn't acceptance the final state? Well, this is grief. This is grief, people, as an Arsenal fan. Accepting that the title race put Win the Dog up for adoption. Ref's been good today, yeah? No problem. I haven't noticed him. Oh, Trossard's off, right? He's going Weatherspoons, mate. He's going Weatherspoons. I have to say, Isak's been quality today. Really impressed with him. It's not just his goal scoring. His all-round game is really good, man. His hold-up play, his movement. Yo, Rico, you're not wrong. Got to go out there. Yo, we're saying prayers now, people. Isak is class. Pure class. Here's Jesus, loses the ball. Lacazette with cheekbones. Should be in Saudi. It's a joke at this point. Nick Pope clips it out, throw into Arsenal. Just a reminder, no shots on target in the 72nd minute. No shots on target. In a tight... there we go. Jesus gives it away. No shots on target. Worst game I've probably seen. I'm going about my business today, people. Fan cam after the game. A few bombshells online. and get out of here. Title over. We're done out here, man. We're done out here. It's a miracle if we win this game. It's a miracle if we even draw. We haven't even had a shot on target. If I was William Saliba, honestly, I get back home tonight and I'll ring my agent and say, yo, bro, what are Madrid actually saying? Saka, get up, bro. Get up. Just get, unless you're seriously injured, get off the floor. Look at the state of the service up to the striker. Saka, bro, this ain't the day for limping. If you're injured, get off the pitch and bring Raheem Sterling on. Simple as that. You're limping nearly every game. Like, let's just... Yeah, he got stamped on the back of his Achilles. I let him off. I said I won't talk about the manager until after the game. Saka's limping. He can't run. I cannot believe what I'm watching. Newcastle look like they're in the title race and we're 12th and haven't won in 5. We look like lockdown Arsenal, who finished 8th. Partey's been class, you know. You're right. Partey is ball retention has been quality today. Look at the state of us. Gonna Galactico. The only way to really hurt them is to stop going to the game here in the US. That's in the NFL. That's how owners take action. You need collective unity to get that, I'm afraid. We're divided as a fan base. It wouldn't happen. The problem is, if somebody doesn't go, they'll sell the... Oh, Ben White's kicked it out of play. He's got suntan lotion in his eyes. He can't see. Curtis, next week, brother. Yo, by next week, that game will mean nothing to me. Nick Pope's injured, the goalkeeper. We still probably won't score with no keeper. They'll obviously sub on a new goalkeeper. Big C, apart from 45 minutes versus City, I haven't enjoyed a Premier League game. I agree. That and PSG in the Champions League. Apart from that, we've been absolutely woeful. Season fizzling away in front of our eyes, people. Mikel Pulis, people. Playing defensive 11 players behind the ball football in a title race. Isak is class. Absolute class. Different level to anything we've had in our team up front since Arbor. He's pure class. What a joke our manager is. Tactically outthought, unable to motivate players. Serious doubts. More than doubts, mate. I'm beyond doubts. Peru Nelly said, the worst part is people say it's early in the season. We'll get better. Trust the process. Now we'll be 8 points behind City. Well done, Arteta. North London Stoke. Isak is a baller. Lano, thank you for the super sticker. Dinershen, Arteta thinks he is Pep. He was his cone man. Cone man music, bro. Peru Nelly, I read that one. TNM, I can't believe what I'm watching. This is what they do to you. Why do I even love this club? Season over in November for a title challenger. Crazy. The final boss, Ben White, may as well change studs to heels. And what phase are we in? We're in the phase of pain and I don't know what else. Nottingham Forest go above Arsenal if they win today. They were in the Championship two years ago, was it? I've got friends who support Forest. They can go above Arsenal in the league if they win today with Chris Wood up front. Chris Wood's a better striker than Havertz. Chris Wood's better than Havertz. And I'm not even joking. Havertz never gets hooked. Arteta's love child. He has to go now for me. And Juan said, can't even blame the rest for this. They can't. They can't, mate. Get your Forest shirt ready. Oh, my days. Chris Wood, number 9. But it's early in the season, people. That's what they're saying now. What, so you think we were 8 points in front of City and didn't win the league? So people think we're going to finish 8 points ahead of them? My Twitter account's about to get real nasty at full time. I'm just saying. Don't come on there if you're of a nervous disposition. You're going to see things that you might not be able to accept. Pictures of certain managers that I think should be at Arsenal. Comments. He's give the ball away again, Ben White. He's got suntan lotion in his eyes. He told Ben Foster he don't watch football. We can tell, mate. Ben, I just want to give you a bit of advice. You pass the ball to the players in the same kit as you. We're in red. Give it to the guy in red. This team is finished. Finished. It's like when you sign up for a trial period and you think this is good, but then it gets expensive at the end of the trial period and you've realised they've taken the money out of your bank. And you're like, yo, I enjoyed this for the 30-day free trial period. Now I'm paying £20 a month. It don't really feel like value. This Arsenal team is like signing up for Amazon Prime, getting it free for 30 days. It feels great. Now they're taking money out the bank. I don't like the way it is. It's not right. I want it for free. We're at the end of the cycle. Saliba, you know what, bro? I'm gonna applaud Saliba. I am applauding William Saliba. Do you know what? William Saliba, mate. You deserve Real Madrid. You deserve Real Madrid. Do yourself a favour, mate. At the end of the season, hand in a transfer request. You're better than this. You're going to suffocate in this team. The way Fabregas did, the way Van Persie did, the way Alexis Sanchez did. You're too good for this. Get yourself out of there, mate. Go and play for Madrid. And enjoy Champions League challengers and El Clasicos. Don't waste your time playing for this guy, Arteta. He ain't going to do nothing for you. Genuinely. Cam said, game is done. Absolutely no chance we're scoring. We haven't had a shot on target, mate. So we ain't scoring 2 goals. As a fan that gets up at 3 a.m., 12 a.m. and everything in between, this team disgusts me. Honestly, go to bed. If it's early, like late hours where you are now, lock the game off, lock the stream off, go and get some sleep. This is done and dusted. 80th minute. I haven't even jumped up in excitement in this game. We've had no shots on target. Get this game over with. I don't mind the AFCON ref. Just blow the whistle. I've seen enough. Mohammed, bro, really appreciate that. He said, I'm so calm. I don't know why. I'm only here to support the C-Unit community. I've stopped watching the game. Look at that free kick from Declan Rice. Look at the state of this guy. We're getting the West Ham centre-back Declan Rice today. The B-Tech Eric Dyer. He said, finally, I'm Arteta out. If we don't, something big. Gordon loses the ball there. They had a counter-attack. He took too long. Big up to you, Mohammed, man. Big up to everyone locked in. 5,300 of you in the chat. Last week, I called him Declan Beckham. This week, he's Declan Dyer. That is Eric Dyer today. Declan Rice. I'm genuinely looking. You know, sometimes as a fan, you're losing a game, you're not playing well, but you still look at players on the pitch and think, you know what? Because he's on the pitch, I've got some belief that something can happen. I'm looking at this team right now and I'm struggling to find belief in this group. Jesus gets the byline, cross is blocked. They're a waste of time, mate, honestly. They're an absolute waste of time. Title race over if we do not get something. This ain't even a title challenge. This is pathetic. You can't even call this a title challenge. We're only in November, bro. Ball whipped in, back post. We've lost every header. We get tackled every time we get the ball. Ben White whips it in, back post. Terrible cross. Zinchenko keeps it in. At least have a shot on target. Zinni crosses it. It's blocked. They've wanted it more than us the whole game. And you know what? Sometimes in life, people, you actually get what you deserve. And this team today deserves absolutely nothing. This performance is... it's ridiculous. I always say, I feel sorry for the fans. The fans who know that this was never right. It was never right, people. People dress this up as something else. Player ratings are redundant. 0 for all of them. I'll probably give Partey man of the match, but there ain't no player ratings. There's nothing. It's just basically going to be an hour of me just criticising the team, the players, the ownership, the lot. Is it me, or does the set-piece strategy seem to have had a negative impact at some point? It seems like our players just want free headers. What it's done, it's almost like the team are relying on set pieces. Don't worry if we can't score in the game, lads. We'll score from a corner. Actually, mate, you won't. Because there are some teams that know how to defend. And just whipping a I told you last week, there ain't no major science behind these corners. It's just whip a ball into a good area and hope for the best. Ball whipped in back post. Come on! Jesus, get up, you fraud, trying to win a penalty. Be strong and stand up! Trying to beg a penalty there. It's embarrassing. I give up. I give up at this point. We've lost. We ain't winning. We ain't had a shot on target. No shots on target. I mean... crazy. Absolutely crazy what we are watching. For you, the community, and myself for having to watch this mess. Big up SC Guna, man. New music. This season might be a wake-up call for many fans. Anthony Gordon comes off. I said before the game, I don't think he's that good. He's ripped us apart. So, Harvey Barnes comes on. He'll probably rip us apart as well. Just a reminder, Newcastle are 12th. They haven't won in their last 5 league games. But guess what? Holidays are coming. Holidays are coming. Dun 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 dun. Taste the season. It's always the real thing. Holidays are coming. Don't worry, people. Santa Claus has arrived. Arsenal have turned up with a big bag of presents. And we're handing out 3 points to everybody. Oh, Bournemouth, you want 3 points? Down on the south coast? You can have them. Oh, let's go to the north of the country now. Make sure they're not left out as well. Then we'll go West London, Chelsea next week. There you go. Cole Palmer, you have some. This team's a joke. They don't even deserve the fan base watching them. When they play their next home game, the stadium should be empty. Don't bother turning up. Leave the stadium empty. Send a message out to the Cronkies. But they won't. They'll go. We'll buy the merch. They've got us by the cojones, people. No diddy. Because they know psychologically we're tapped in. We can't leave. Joe Linton header saved by Raya. It's almost like emotional blackmail. They know we can't step away from it. We're too emotionally attached to the team. Football has that effect on you. Because I don't even want to watch this team play football. I'm being serious, people. I don't want to watch this garbage football for 38 games plus cup games. The style is horrendous. The players are not that good. A lot of these players are overrated. The system, the style, is shambolic. But I said at the start of the season, you won't win the league with that transfer window. I predicted second. Do you know what? I think I was wrong. I think we're going to finish third. And do you know what? We might not even finish third. Because Liverpool are going to finish above us. Look at how... He is a donkey. Please. Anybody you can... If you've got Sky or something and you can rewind, Your TV, go and watch what Havertz has just done. He's tripped himself over like a donkey for real. Watch him. I'm done. I'm done, people. Havertz is a real life donkey. I can't. He just tripped himself over. He fouled himself. Like, honestly, listen, do you know what? Honestly, people, I want to say a big thank you to the community today. I want to say thank you. All right? Do you know why? Because without a sense of humour, how on earth would you be able to watch this? This is an absolute disaster class. Without a sense of humour, it's impossible to be an Arsenal fan. A striker is a real life donkey tripping himself over. He just fouled himself. I don't even know. Have we still not had a shot on target? We haven't had a shot on target. We scored 91 goals last season. So you know what the manager said? I'm not going to attack this year. I'm going to park the bus. Try and defend my way to the title. We go to Newcastle, no shots on target. This is real life Truman Show. I've said it for years. Where's the cameras? Troops taking shots of Henny. No, man, I don't want to get into that habit. I'm going about my business. End the stream, fan cam, enjoy your weekend. Great ball. No, still no shot on. At this point, I'm going to celebrate if we have a shot on target. We're not scoring, and we're not winning. Just a shot on target, just for the statos, because everything's about stats nowadays. Isn't it? Everything's about stats. Season is done, said Gamer Wolf. Sad thing is, you know within 5 minutes when your team shows up on the road flat and then you're praying for a lucky bounce, says Cal. Dinashen, Jackson is better than Havertz. Havertz or Bentner. I'll take Nicholas Bentner, honestly. I'll take Bentner over Havertz. This guy is awful. Conte, top, by the way. Fans got abused for wanting Conte. There you go, shot off target. Well done, Heath. At least you tried. Hey, just off target. No, mate. No, don't you know? Apparently, if we change managers, haven't the Top Gooners told you the rules, mate? Follow the rules. Top Gooners have said, basically, how can we get rid of Arteta? Because who are you going to replace him with? There's no other managers. All the other clubs around the world, they're managerless. They manage themselves. It's like a self-service in a supermarket. They ain't got no managers. Oh, and there's no good managers out of work, apparently, as well. That's what they're telling me. That's what they say, innit? Who do you want? Who would you... Yeah, but who would you replace him with, Curtis? There's no other managers. Well, that's funny, mate. Mancini's out of work. Zidane's out of work. Alonso's leaving Bayer Leverkusen. Simone Inzaghi won the Serie A title, got to a Champions League final. Ancelotti might leave Real Madrid in the summer, but there's no managers. We'll just give him a lifetime contract. Just keep him for life. Name the club after him. Arteta FC. Give him the stadium. Snake Eyes, this is due to the effects of the transfer window. Title was lost at Bournemouth. Put all the efforts on the other Cups. Don't let it ruin the weekend. Big up, bro. You're right. That's a Wenger-like performance. Embarrassing. Spineless. Get ready for Rob is what about gaslighting? Even Rob can't dress this up, mate. You can't dress this up. He'll probably give Havertz 8 out of 10 in the player ratings. In Brazil, we say, I laugh to keep me from crying. That's me right now. Drunk and laughing, says Lawrence. Don't drink. Andrew said, we are not serious. This is like last year at Fulham. We lack simple creativity. Just cross and pray. If we can even get it past the first man. Brian said, this is a sackable performance. I agree. I would hate to have Arteta as a manager. There you go. Headed wide. Declan Rice. Great ball in by Saka. Should have scored. Brian said, I would hate to have Havertz as a manager. Watch this lifeless football. I'm a Leeds fan and we're in the Championship. How has Declan Rice missed the target? That's an absolute sitter. You're 6 yards out. He looked like he didn't want to head the ball. He didn't want to miss that little flick of hair. Look at him. Oh, I can't mess my ear up, mate. I've got Brill cream in it. I'm out tonight with the lads in Essex. Don't worry, Deckers, mate. Look, they got Ant and Deck there. It is a comedy show for real. Mr. Lay said, I'm done. Arteta needs to go. Same story every year. And Jake said, one of the worst performances in a couple of years. Trust the process, Jake. We'll get there. 2037. It'll be our year, mate. Honestly. 2037 will be our year. Pep's gone. Saliba's son plays for us. 2037. Trust me. The project is over. Who's coming off? Oh. I cannot wait to hear the excuses. Yo, the guy didn't want to head the ball. He kind of, like, he had a turtleneck, bro. Man just said, yo, can't mess me ear up, mate. Going out in Essex tonight with the boys. Even if he scored, we still haven't had a shot on target, by the way. No shots on target. But don't worry, people. Trust the process. Trust the process. No shots on target. We're in great form. We're in great form, people. How many shots did we have against Brighton, not Brighton, Bournemouth? Bournemouth was 1 shot on target. We've now gone to 0 shots on target. So, you know. Full-time whistle's about to blow. Last chance. Zinni clips it high. Saka, touch deliver. Touch deliver. Cut inside, whip it in. Do we get a shot on target? No, we don't. Puts it straight in Nick Pope's hands. Well, apparently he's better than Alexis Sanchez. Round of applause, people. Round of applause. For a number of reasons. Well done to Newcastle. 5 games without a win. And number 2, Arsenal, you are shambolic. I'm about to launch missiles. Just blow the whistle, ref. I've seen enough. Oh, he's still playing. Havertz fouls the defender. There you go. Taken my mental health cue and started bike riding while listening to you on my mobile. Despite how disgraceful the club board and ownership are, it's the Arteta sexuals underwriting this mediocrity. Big up, bro. Do what you need to. Take care of yourself, man. Havertz is the same player he was 5 years ago. And we know what that is. A stinky player. Feels so great to be free from Purin fraud, says Purinelli. Marco, footballing genius, apparently. This fan base and club are a joke. 0 standards. I'm off to watch NBA and NFL till this 20-year nightmare ends. The game's over. We've lost 1-0. Toro said Arteta is going to squander the 120 million we'll get from Saliba into centre-backs that play full-back, DMs to play 8, and attacking 8s to play striker. Eddie Howe has got him in his back pocket. 2 years ago, I've started off with go and get a proper manager with a picture of Zinedine Zidane. Just to start off. That's just, that's just the warm-up. Go and get a proper manager, Zidane next to an Arsenal badge. So I'm going to start there. That's just, that's just a light jog or, And then we'll really kick into gear over the next 10 or 15 minutes, people. Because what you have seen today is one of the most pathetic, embarrassing, gutless, spineless performances that you will ever see in your entire life. Do you know how much people have come for me over the years about Mikel Arteta? If I ever showed you my replies to some of my tweets, you would be like, wow, is that the stuff people are saying to you? Because you don't think the manager's good enough. But I don't care, because I don't care about these people. So I can brush that off. 2 years ago, I keep it here for future reference, people. Look at the shirt. Had a hole in it. Look at the shirt, people. I'll wear it like a scarf. Newcastle, Callum Wilson, tooth hanging out. I ripped the shirt in half. And 3 years later, they're still turning us over. Eddie Howe masterclass. Might as well get Eddie Howe as the manager. He's better than Arteta, isn't he? Man turned man to Hulk Hogan. It's a joke, mate. It's an absolute joke. The guy's a fraud. And always has been. You tried. You helped us. Now get on your bike, mate. Get out of this football club. I'm not interested. I don't want to hear no more excuses. He's had enough time. What more is this guy going to achieve at this football club? Give him another 700 million? I don't think so. Get him out. Get him out the football club. The ownership are the first major problem. But you've got to start with a manager. You've got to get rid of some of these players. Some of these players, I mean, Jesus, not good enough. Zinchenko, not good enough. Jorginho, not good enough. Mikel Merino looks bang average. I'll give him time, but at the moment, not good enough. Havertz, not good enough. Trossard, not good enough. Martinelli, not good enough. In fact, I should have done it the other way round. Who is good enough? Raya has done really well. Gabriel Saliba. I still think Ben White's decent. You could upgrade him, but he's not a major problem. Timber had his worst game for the club today. Got cooked by Gordon, but I would keep him. Rice, Odegaard, Saka. The rest, not good enough. Not good enough. We ain't winning nothing major under this manager with that team. Do yourself a favour, mate. Go all out for the Carabao Cup because you ain't winning the Prem. You ain't winning the Champions League. If you're lucky, you might be able to get an FA Cup, but I don't know about that either. Because Pep's putting out B teams in the Carabao Cup. He won't do that in the FA Cup. So City will probably win it. We've turned up at a Newcastle team that haven't won in their last 5 games. I need to really break down who Newcastle have played in their last 5 games. Just to understand how bad this is. This is one of the worst days. I mean, they lost to Brighton at home. They lost to Fulham. They only beat Wimbledon 1-0. Are we Wimbledon then? They're treating us... They drew with Everton! They drew with Everton! And lost to Fulham. And we can't beat... We didn't have a shot on target in 95 minutes. Look at Isak. Baller, striker, presence. I look at the man on screen and I'm just like, yo, striker. When I look at Havertz, I say, yo, donkey. We did not have a shot on target. No shots on target. How on earth do you go through a game without having a shot on target? And then 1 shot on target against Bournemouth. In 180 minutes of football, we've had 1 shot on target. That, was it 98 minutes? Oh, man. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is what I've just tweeted. Just in case you're not on Twitter. That's what I'm tweeting. And listen, it ain't going to happen, is it? They'd never appoint someone like that. But it's over now. I've actually been patient this season. And towards the end, I lost it a bit at the end of last season, I'll be honest. But I've really tried to calm down on the Arteta thing. But nah, man. It's getting let loose, people. It's like when you've been grounded at home and you finally get let out. Yo, you're like a wild animal. I'm ready to go, people. I'm ready to say all sorts. The football absolutely stinks. We are dreadful to watch. Dreadful. I feel like I'm watching Stoke. Why always me? Why on every free kick do we need to put the ball in the box? It slows our game. That is how Everton play with Sean Dyche. Well, we said, did he learn from Pep? I think he learnt more from David Moyes. Because that's like, this is disgraceful football. Get Arteta Taliban out of my club, says Temi. He's a terrorist. This is terrorist football we're watching. Ethan, no Rodri, no KDB. City are 8 points clear. We're not in the title race no more, bro. This is top 4 race. We might not even make the top 4. And I'm not even joking. Chelsea, all these teams, Villa, Sam Bond, over 750 million spent. Arteta is the second highest paid manager in the world. Not in the world, in the Prem. Simeone gets more than him. But he's the second highest in the Prem. Now back to challenging for top 4. Arteta out. Big up, Sam. To run. I believe at this rate, even the super fans will want him sacked this season. We're struggling to score, defend, register shots and playing haram ball. I hear you. Tony Yeo FC stuck in the shadow of super clubs. Do you know what this is? G-Unit. Here we go now. Tony Yeo businessman. Vinod, imagine depending on a 17-year-old kid to save your season. This ain't Preston. Arsenal don't scare anyone. The title is between Liverpool and City. You'll never walk alone. I agree. Shai Havertz, man of the match. He's going to score 30 this year. Yeah, maybe in training, Eric. He's awful. Absolutely awful. Doctor said the Arteta sexual rectal cavity enthusiast so far up Mikel's backside they could smell what he had for supper last week are the biggest problem. We're delaying the inevitable. Sacking Tapas Pulis. Time is up. At least Spurs with Postecoglou play attractive football. Get this fraud Arteta out, said AMSN. We're a spicy Spurs, bro. I hate to say it. Phil, Champions League. Come on, you Gunners. We can pray and hope. I would say Carabao Cup. Sonny said, we ain't winning ish. Criminal performance. Smooth criminal. Michael Jackson stuff. Time to have a conversation. Ten Hag better than Arteta. 2 trophies in 2 years. 1 top 4 finish. 1 trophy in 5 years. 2 top 4 finishers. Ten Hag achieved more than Arteta. Sam Bond will get top 4 when Spurs lose to Norwich. City will drop points and will win the league. The levels of delusion in the club is why we're here. Wynn said, sack the manager, keep the dog. Welcome to phase 5. I'd send the dog away as well, I've got to be honest. I'm in a crazy zone right now. I want to know how you're feeling in the chat. I'm in a real crazy zone. It's like I'm not that angry. And that almost makes me question more the way that I'm feeling. I'm a bit confused about why do I feel quite relaxed about the fact that we've just lost. I think it's because I wasn't fully convinced we were going to win. I was hopeful, but I don't believe in this team. I don't believe in this manager. There's individuals in the group that I believe in. I believe in Saliba. I believe in Odegaard. I believe in Rice. I believe in Saka. Gabriel, but I don't believe in the team. And I don't believe in this manager. Wow. Yo, the group chats have got... I got all sorts of messages there, man. I'm going to have to leave that phone for a while. Sack the manager, keep the dog, you know, boy. Rito, imagine Slot wins it before Arteta. He probably will. I just work here. We ignored every single player who had the mentality to win in numerous markets. All hail the leader, Kim Jong-Arteta and his father, Kim Il-Kronke. This is a dictatorship. Vegas gone up. They ain't sacking him. They'll owe him 30 million. You're right. We're stuck with him. That is the realist comment. They'll owe him more. No, what did he sign? 3 years. 3 years. He's on is he on 15? Didn't they say 15? 45 million. They ain't getting rid of him. He's just signed a new deal. Arteta signed a contract believed to be around 15 million a season. He's going absolutely nowhere, mate. Do you know why? Because he'll nick top 4 and that's all they want. Not surprised. Squad not good enough being saying it, said White Glove. Jew said what peed me off the most the last few weeks is Waneri not starting. Ignored him for so long. Odegaard's back next week and he won't play. So you've totally ignored him for 6 weeks. You was a coward. You was afraid to play him. You had games like Southampton, Shakhtar where you could have started him. You was scared. Dinershen, Curtis, let the anger flow. You predicted that. Sire, Arteta recruited fellow Spaniard Marino for a Spanish descent to mediocrity. This performance was atrocious. Abdullah, if we lose to Chelsea, we're not even going to make top 4. Listen, this week, Inter Milan next in the San Siro. We just got cooked by Newcastle. Boy, Inter Milan's scary hours. I might be watching that game behind the sofa. Latte, not mad, didn't watch playing FC 25. Weekend league, bro. Get your packs. Go Steel, no red card to blame, no VAR to blame. What's the excuse this time? You're absolutely spot on. Ritesh, I've been chill with Arteta for so long, but today shows our team depth illusion. Imagine putting on Zinchenko and Jesus when you can't even get a ball in the box. What was the plan to even change that game? We needed Don Carlo if he gets sacked from Madrid. They wouldn't. They'd be scared of him. We can't expect to win the league with Havertz. It's that proving why we should have signed him. Nah, they've got Havertz, mate. He'll score 20 goals this year, apparently. No, yeah. Wow. Some of the stuff people are saying. But people are just... You know what, though? There is some people just dressing it up like, oh, it was a bad performance. It was more than that. It was way more than that. The process will get broken apart. And then you end up back to square one. I can't believe what's happened today. Yeah, wild. Wild, wild, wild. Arsenal IG is going mad. Oh, my days. It was the tactics from Arteta. What tactics? Damn it, Big C. This is why I need a CT scan. Bro. Faisal. Not even angry or surprised. I've got a weird feeling about Arsenal today. I don't feel angry. It's like I didn't believe in it. Static Curtis Arteta and Megatron is finished. Do you know the thing, though? Do you know the biggest thing? And do you know the scariest thing? Is he's not going. That's the thing that's crazy. You know, if I was saying get Arteta out and I believed there was a possibility that it was going to happen, I would feel a bit more positive because I think at least we're getting rid of him. He's going nowhere. He signed a new contract, what, 3 months ago? We're stuck with him. We are stuck with him. That's what's even scarier about it. Look at that chance from Marino. Why did he not just hit that roof of the net over the defender's head? Smash it in. Hit it straight at the defender's back. There's literally no highlights from that game to talk about. We didn't have a shot on target. We're done for, people. We're going to go backwards. I told you, win the Carabao Cup, get top 4, and then sack him in the summer. And move on. Give this team to a new manager. What have people said? Nobody turned around, right, and said, you know what, though, mate? Gareth Southgate, actually, statistically, Gareth Southgate is the second most successful English manager of all time. International manager for England, right? They only won one competition. Alf Ramsey, was it? 66. Southgate's been to 2 finals. I never heard people saying, yeah, but Southgate, statistically, is the second best manager and he's got them to finals. And no, people said, this is a good team. The manager's holding them back. I think this is a good team being held back by the manager. Now, you created the team, built the team, bought the players, but now you're holding this team back. Saka last week showed high up the pitch in attacking areas 1v1, he can look like a world beater. Today, because we were away from home, we sat on the edge of our own box, defended and stunk out the place. Never looked like scoring. How can you have no shots on target in 98 minutes and you're in a title race? We had 1 shot on target away at Bournemouth and none at Newcastle in over 180 minutes. That's over 3 hours. Imagine playing a game of football for 3 hours and you have 1 shot on target in 3 hours. Never mind a goal. Not even a shot on target. 35 yards out, just have a pop shot. We don't shoot from outside the area. We just cross the ball and hope for the best. Like we've got Crouch, Duncan Ferguson and Zigic up front. And bloody Sesko, 6 foot tall or 6'5". Not only are we regressing, not only are some of our top players now looking like they're being held back by other players, we now look like we could go backwards. We've gone from 8th, 5th, 2nd, to now looking like we could go back to 5th, where we was before. That's absolutely insane. Usually, I watch Man City games, right? To see, whether Man City drop points. Are we in the mix? Yo, City are 0-0. We're messaging, yo, City don't look great today. They might drop points. Today, I'm going to watch Nottingham Forest. I might watch Villa. I'm not watching Man City. I don't need to. What's the point of me watching Man City? Why? Are we in competition with Man City? They win today, they're 8 points clear. We ain't seeing them for the rest of the season. It's like the 100 metres. If Usain Bolt got in first place at any point in that race, you've lost. The only way to beat Usain Bolt was to be ahead of him because he didn't start well. Same thing they say about City, actually. They don't start well. You don't catch Usain Bolt once he's in front. And we ain't catching Man City if they win today and they're 8 points clear. It becomes a top 4 battle, by the way. Not even just... There's no guarantees we even get top 4. Villa, Forest, Brighton, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. Second-rate players you get you nowhere. Havertz is third-rate. We signed a player that Chelsea deemed surplus to requirement, but we want him to come to Arsenal and be a superstar. Yet we've been finishing higher than Chelsea. Why don't we sign a player for 65 million that's in form, that plays in that position, that's on the up and up? Why we are literally the RSPCA. We're constantly trying to rescue players that are washed up. Jorginho, Sterling, David Luiz, Peter Cech, that are out of form. Havertz, these guys that clubs are throwing them out of the door. We're rummaging around the recycle bin trying to rescue things all the time. Arteta the terrorist, please leave my club, says Perenelli. Dan said, we'll be fine. We just have to play Partey at 6. What fine in what sense? Fine as in we're going to win the league, or what does fine look like? Christian said, the cycle continues. See, shaking my head. Simone Inzaghi is the man, says Sam Bond. I think he's a quality manager. Sia said, no anger because we've been playing bad since Leicester. Arsenal generated 0.00 XG on target against Newcastle. And Rob says, big up Big C for once trying to watch the game without Ray and nephew. It's hard. I cannot believe what we have watched today. I can't believe what we have watched. I can't believe man are telling me we'll be fine. Don't worry, we'll put Partey in the 6. That'll solve it. It ain't going to solve it, bro. We got bigger problems. We got bigger problems. Have Arsenal put move on together? Let's have a look. Of course they have. Of course they have. Let me show you. They're shameless again, people. Look at this. Look at the. This is what you're dealing with. Look at this. Where is that comment? Look at the state of this. This is what you're fighting against. And you know, on Twitter, there's about 10,000 of these that you're fighting against. They're swarming from every direction. It's like Shaun of the Dead, you know, where they're just walking like, I must love Mikel Arteta. That's what they're like, people. I swear down. I feel like I'm in Tomb Raider, fighting against, you know, zombies. Reactionary like always. Reactionary like always. Am I overreacting? I mean, did we lose at Bournemouth 2 weeks ago? Bournemouth. With one shot on target and a man sent off. Okay. How about Liverpool? Winning the game. We end up drawing. That's not great. Shakhtar, you stumble over the finish line against an omelette R9, Eggy Naldo. And you then go to Newcastle, lose 1-0 and don't have a shot on target. But hey, I'm reactionary, you know? How dare I react to a situation? I meant Resident Evil, that's right, not Tomb Raider. How dare I react negatively to a situation? I'm being reactionary. I'm being reactionary. I tell you what, mate, as I said before, click that X in the top corner, come off this page and go and watch another page, mate. Because this page is out there just for people like you, mate. They'll feed you dandelions, roses, cupcakes. You can run through a field of butterflies, mate. Dreaming. Put a t-shirt on with Arteta's face on it. How about that? And we'll see where that gets you. Reactionary like always. You know what, mate? How about you realise we haven't won a title for 20 years, mate. About to be 21 years. And this season is wriggling away from us straight away. How about that? City going invincible this season. They might as well. They've took everything else from us. AT said Chelsea are 1 point behind with a game in hand. Newcastle is 3. Mate, we might as well just finish 8th again. Just go back to... Leave us where you found us. Just put us where you found us, Mikel. Just put us where you found us. I feel like I was happier where he found us than where he's taken us to. We just won an FA Cup. Aubameyang was on fire. Pepe had only not long been there. I thought something might happen. At least we were looking forward. Now we're looking backwards. Imagine the crazy thing, people. We might have had the answer in front of us. Because the crazy thing is... And people will go, oh no, you're looking back. This is not how it works. Unai might have actually been more of the answer than the guy we've got in charge now. And people go, yeah, but you saw the football at Arsenal. Unai wasn't great. But Unai never got the players he wanted. And Unai never got no time. Unai got a year and a bit, and we sacked him. Unai wanted Zaha. He got Pepe. He wanted Fabinho. He got Torreira. He didn't get the players he wanted. He didn't get who he wanted. So how can we judge him without the team that he wanted? He took Villa from a relegation battle to top 4. In 18 months with 130 million spent. We've spent over 700 and we're basically in the same place as Villa. Villa are level on points with us in the Premier League. And he spent 130 million and he's had 18 months at the club. He's got 2 better strikers than we've got. Better than one of our strikers. Our one striker is not as good as any of his 2 strikers. I'd swap Havertz for Duran and I'd swap Havertz for Ollie Watkins right now. I can't believe they actually argued that time about that, Yardman and Robbie. Unai is levels clear of Arteta. Look at this, people. Villa can go above us. Chelsea can go above us. Brighton can go above us. Forest can go above us. Who else? Anyone else? Any more takers? Newcastle, no, they're only 3 behind us now. Tottenham, they can go to 16th. It's like it's an all-you-can-eat restaurant. Even Brentford can get a couple points behind us. City, Pep must be looking at Arsenal like, this is meant to be a title race, bro. You lot are done already. We're not even offering the guy a challenge. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It was easier when we were 5th and 8th because I had no hope, no expectation. I just took it as I saw it. Crazy. If you don't react to the results of football games, what are you supposed to do? Well, apparently I'm reactionary. Maybe I should just go out and celebrate and dance around. Peru and Ellie, the Truman Show continues. Sack the terrorist. No, don't worry, mate. Give it 10 more years. We'll win something. Emirates Cup, mate. We'll win it next year. Nathan said, we are crap. Please get a new manager. Arteta has to go. And AT, Edu is a fraud also. You're not wrong. He can't hide in Mikel's shadow. You've messed up. You've messed up as well. Sacking only Mikel is not the answer. We have no firepower. Spending 700 million. Clear out is needed up top. We need to spend another 250 million, mate, to fix that. We need a centre mid. I looked at Bruno Gyökeres today. Ran the show, mate. Him, Isak, that's 200 million. Just on those two. I'm going to round up people. I just can't. I can't be dealing with this team. Not reactionary, honestly. Raya, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, Timber, Rice, Saka, Odegaard, and your young players like Waneri and Lewis Skelly. Everyone else is sellable in this team. Everyone else I would get rid of. At the right price. You're not going to realistically, but everyone else I would accept an offer at a certain price for them. Every single one of them. Marino, I'm sorry, he might turn things around, but I'm not seeing nothing from him. Nothing. Havertz, I would get rid of him in a second. Trossard, anytime he starts, mate, he's terrible. I joked about him being drunk. I think something's not right with him. Martinelli, I've defended him for a long time. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. Partey played well, actually, but I mean, he's out of contract, so he may go. I would get rid of Jorginho. I'd get rid of all of them. We need a clear out. They're not good enough. A big part of the problem is the manager. I don't think this manager is willing to sign certain players with certain mindsets and mentality. Oh, Ivan Toney's got a bad personality. We sat down with him and he had a bad attitude. What? He wants to win. He wants to push himself. You didn't like that. Okay, he cashed out. He took 400 bags. The big clubs didn't come for him. Why not cash out? Lay, you're spot on, you know. He said, in a weird way, I can actually now watch our games in peace knowing we're out of the title. And when I say Lay is one of the most positive Arsenal fans, and the fact he's saying knowing we're out of the title race, that says everything. I'll be honest, if it was me, I would get rid of Arteta. I would get rid of him. And just give us a new voice, a new direction, a new style of football. The football stinks. No shots on target in 98 minutes against Newcastle. One shot on target in 98 minutes against Bournemouth. We're not heading in the right direction. The football is woeful. Inter Milan on Wednesday. I might have sunglasses on, my hood up and all sorts for that game. Oh, and then Chelsea before the international break. Cole Palmer. Wow. For me, one of the most overrated managers I've ever seen in the Premier League. I appreciate the fact he took us from 8th place to competing. I'm not going to ignore that. I'm glad he did that. But you've reached the pinnacle of what you're going to do at this football club. You've got to give it to somebody who knows how to get over the finish line. Put this foot. We're in decent hands now. Give it to somebody else who wants to play on the front foot, who wants Saka to be higher up the pitch, who might be able to coach something out of Martinelli, who's going to set us up in the right system. The system doesn't work. We don't look right. We look out of place, like we're trying to figure out how to play. It does not work. Arteta needs to leave, and he should walk out. If he cares about the club, he should walk out and leave this club in better hands while we've still got Saliba and Saka and them lot. Because they will leave eventually. But he won't leave because he's on 15 million a season and he cares more about himself. He won't go anywhere. And the board won't sack him because they just want top 4. Sad day for Arsenal Football Club, I'm sorry. Sad, sad day. Drogbinho, remember 2 seasons ago I told you we were in first place. This was the best time to sack him. Am I still wrong for saying that? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. People, I'm out of here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Fancam will be out in the next 20 to 25 minutes. Arsenal lose to Newcastle. Title over. Season over. Well, there's 3 other competitions to concentrate on, but the Premier League title race, we're out of it. Champions League is all we're battling for. Top 4 race, people. And even that looks tricky as well. Win the Carabao Cup and keep it moving. Are we ever going to learn, people? Take care, everyone. Bless.